Oh, you know, I wish I had pizza. I had the choice earlier if I wanted pizza or not for dinner, and I was like, nah, I don't need no pizza. I'm sure it'll be fine. You know what? I kind of wish I had pizza. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully everybody is doing well. I'm living, I guess. That's one way to put it, I suppose. I'm not quite dead yet, I guess. I'm actually doing a bit better than I was before, which is good. I was definitely not feeling 100%, obviously still with COVID, but as you can probably hear, I'm doing a lot better, which is good. A lot easier to kind of breathe now, which is nice. The only thing I would say in terms of, like, like, things that I'm still dealing with post-COVID is just the absolute exhaustion. Like, I can't describe how absolutely exhausted I am. Like, yesterday I wanted to stream, but I was so tired. I was literally just collapsing in my seat. Like, I guess it's just gonna be like this for a while, and that just some days I'm just gonna be tired. Like, there's nothing I can do about it, and that sucks. Like, that really sucks. So I'm gonna take it relatively easy. We're not taking it easy on Monday, because on Monday, Kaito DLC. Hell yes. In fact, should make sure that I do have the... Oh, I'm checking for update. Should make sure that I do have the other stuff installed. I do. Good. Yes. Just waiting for that Kaito to turn up. Waiting for my boy. You gotta lose vision for a second here as I change my capture card over. Make sure that the monitor thinks there's movement happening so that I can get my actual feed on this monitor. There we go. Beautiful. Drop the capture card down because it is loud as hell right now. Good. Okay, so things that we need to talk about pre hopefully sub 4 hour run. Had a brain fart. I've moved all of my alerts finally. I've fixed all my issues with stream elements. So, excuse me. Everything's now moved over to stream elements, which might cause some teething issues with a couple of alerts, but some alerts should now be fixed. Long Lawn Man should now be fixed, but it's only on a 5% chance of turning up. But I will now get actual host alerts, and there should be a host alert that now plays, unlike the past, 2 weeks or so, where Twitch has just exploded on me. So... yeah. So yeah, that's that. Also, interestingly, I don't know if it's turning up. It should be turning up. Yes, I have added a chat box to the bottom left. I do not know if this is a good idea or not. I've had a lot of people ask me previously about actual, having chat at some point on the screen. I don't know if it's too big. I don't know if it's, not legible enough. Messages fade after 15 seconds. I should probably make that 10 just in case. But yeah, we have a little bit of a chat box at the bottom left. If it's too big, I can always get rid of it. So yeah, I've done a couple of little stream upgrades. We'll see. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, we'll see. I do interact with chat a lot, yeah, and I did get quite a couple of people asking for chat on the VOD. Again, I like having quite a minimalist stream with not that much, on stream, but... actually had somebody today ask if I could put, in the YouTube VODs, when the actual run is from, what day, which, yeah, that's something that I can do as well. I can just put that in the description of the YouTube VOD, so I think that's something I can do as well. I just need to remember to do it. But yeah, it's definitely cup of tea days. I'm thriving off these with the exhaustion. As you can probably hear, Lungs are doing a lot better. I still have to pause the breath a little bit more than usual every now and then, but it's a lot better than it was 2 days ago. So I think we're getting over it. I haven't tested myself. The original plan was I was gonna do my PCR test to see if I still had COVID today. I'm not doing it today because I woke up... Oh, I could have been in a real bad way today. I woke up feeling kind of terrible today. Although, if I... So... I got a little bit of a weird situation. I need to actually change my bed today. This is what I need to do. So, for some reason, I sleep at this end. Most people sleep with their head against the wall, you know? Like, with your head against the wall, your pillows don't move. But when I woke up today, it was like midday because all of my pillows fell off my goddamn bed. And you can see that I've stacked 3 pillows just so that I can have better airflow because... yeah, COVID fucked my airflow. So I have like multiple pillows that I just use to kind of like just, you know, keep my head a bit more upright. But Jack, Jack, definitely. I need to go back and finish that. I wanted to finish that pre-Kaito DLC, which I still would like to do. We'll see, because obviously. We only essentially got 2 days left for GDQ stuff. Today and tomorrow. And obviously with my exhaustion, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a stream tomorrow. Because as you know, on Monday, Tuesday, we're going to go very, very hard. We are going to basically do the entirety of Kaito's DLC on Monday, story-wise. That'll be a casual playthrough. It will start a little earlier than my usual time. I would like to start around... I'd like to start around 6 PM GMT if possible, so about 2 hours before this point. Ideally, I'd like to start a little earlier than that. But I don't know if that will be possible or not because of food. Food is a pain at the moment. So we'll be doing the full playthrough of it on Monday, start to finish. And then on Tuesday, we will be speedrunning it so that I can submit it to GDQ that night. So, yeah, that's why we only have essentially 2 days left for everything else. Just haven't decided in full what 5 things I'm submitting. The only 2 things I know of are LAD and Kaito DLC. That's it. I haven't given anything else much thought other than that, if I'm being honest. So... That's the good point of the cup of tea, where it's still really warm, but it's not warm enough to actually scald you. Also got a gorgeous chicken stew at the minute. Thanks for that Q%. Tempting, actually. Not gonna lie, tempting. It's nice and short. It has the actual speed tech to it. Honestly, tempting. Honestly, genuinely. And it actually has a good couple of incentives as well that I can think of off the top of my head, so I might do that. I might genuinely do that. No point K1, I'm like 10 minutes off the folding K1. Zero, even with any percent no T&D, I think they just go for any percent, and even then I don't think they go for any percent, because any percent is boring as fuck. Like, watching as a spectator, Zero is just eh. And I think if they were going to pick between Zero and K1, they would go with K1, considering K1 is a lot shorter and has good speed tech, and is actually good to watch rather than, you know, Zero's 3.5 hours of shotguns. It's really weird, because, like... So I'm looking at Iceman's resub, and I'm just wondering... Where's the alert? I'm just waiting. Iceman, I will thank you in a second. I'm just waiting. Shrug emoji? Yeah, same. I did hear the Stream Elements alerts were, like, actually slightly delayed. Let me hit refresh on them and see what happens. No, it's just not come through, because I've got the activity feed up, so that I can see when people, like, host me and stuff like that, but it's just not turned up, which is interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. According to Stream Elements itself, you haven't subbed to me. Hopefully that will turn up at some point. Somebody do me a hot favor, actually. One person. Just host me. Host the stream. Let's see if the host alert comes through, shall we? Also, I don't get told by Twitch anymore when I get hosted. In fact, it's not even on my bloody quick actions bar, so I don't even know. Nice. Hopefully that'll turn up. Hopefully. Because I can see from the other day, it said that Salvna hosted after the raid, so it definitely turns up. But yeah, the last alert I have is H-Rays from 2 days ago. So hopefully your sub will turn up at some point. Until then, Iceman, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate it. You'll get your alert at some point. Cool! There you go.
Froob live stream while grinding Yakuza 0 real estate. Hell yeah. Froob hype.
That took about a minute. And then that one didn't. Okay, good. Fuck.
Good luck with the runs.
Name's good. Thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate it. And then that one didn't. Alright. This alert system is racist.
Twitch baby Froob nice.
Like Gonzo, thank you for the Prime Gaming the 9 months and the start of the hype train. I appreciate it. Oh. Yeah, I've been playing around a little bit with Stream Alerts' overlay stuff, hence why we've got like a chat log in the bottom left. I should probably actually, while I'm here, because I can do this, edit. There is
10 poggers.
I know, actually, I might not be able to do it while I'm live. I can tell the chatbot not to make certain people's messages turn up, so I could make it so that Hisoderp and Moobot, the 2 bots that I have, their messages won't turn up on the thing on stream, because I don't know, obviously I can't see it right now because all of my notes are in the way. I can't see how big like the text box is in the bottom left and stuff like that. Salada, thank you very much for the 10 months, I appreciate it. Let's get done, because I say I want to do no reset, but we all know what LAD is like. Hey, 3, 2, 1, go. Dynamic type, thank you for the tier 1 of 4 months, I appreciate it. Hosting do what I wanted it to do. No, I'm not being told that I've been hosted. Great. Great. I guess it just needed a thing to push the alerts through. Hence why the first sub alert was delayed and then all the others haven't been. But Dynamic Type, thank you for the tier 1 for 4 months. I appreciate it. Thank you for getting the hype train to level 2 at halfway. Nice. Anyway, I'm doing alright. I'm actually doing a lot better today. I'm still a little chesty, but a lot better than 2 days ago. The only thing that's really messing me up right now is exhaustion. I can't accurately describe how exhausted COVID has left me. Like when I was sat here yesterday, I was feeling completely fine like I am now. I was just tired. Like I couldn't move or do anything. Like the exhaustion from this thing hits so fucking hard. Like ridiculously so. Yeah, I'm not seeing any hosts, which is again very weird because I'm seeing hosts from the other day. So I don't know. Maybe I've accidentally turned host alerts off again. I might have done. Hopefully not. But all the host alerts from before should now be on better sync. So Long On Man is on better sync. The Kiryu phone call one is also on better sync. It's all the same alerts as before, which is nice. So yeah, we'll see. Host alerts broke her off. Yeah, I'll have to check in a second. Or when I can, which will be business minigame. Unless the run dies, which I hope it doesn't. Because it would be nice just to get a run, you know, going straight through. But yeah, considering I only have 2 days left of this, tomorrow, if we do stream tomorrow, it will either be another run of this, you know, to try and get my time down, or it will be finishing off Strange Paradise for Kaito on Monday. Should be enough. Lucky that low damage. That was a 5. That would not have been enough. I would have been very upset. We would have reset. Oh, what the shit? That's a different sound. Hold on. That's not the sound I made. Excuse me. That's not the sound I put with my bits. Excuse me? Rev hang, I give you the 110 bits, I appreciate it. That is not the sound that I had for that tier. Okay. Cool, I guess. Cool, I guess. That's something else to fix. As I said, we're gonna have a little bit of obviously, we're gonna have a little bit of teething issues due to going over to a brand new website. I don't know if the chat bot in the bottom left is good or not. Again, for YouTube, that's a bit more for you rather than obviously current stream. Because I like having a very minimalist stream. And I've just been adding shit. Like, before it used to just be my splits, and then obviously now here's my face and here's the chat. Because then people get to see what people are saying in chat and see, like, what I'm responding to. Yeah. That cup of tea has made my nose more bunged up than actually opened it, which is very nice. But hey, Tab, hope you're doing well. Hey, Akri, hope you're also doing well. You break the rules. You break my alert box, apparently. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's not the sound effect I set. As far as time save in this run goes, compared to Tom's, I'm fairly certain I'm a minute and a half to 2 minutes behind coming out of Chapter 4, which makes sense. I had a really bad Chapter 4 in my PD. I'm definitely... What the fuck? I'm definitely... Great. At least he's stunned. I'm definitely 2 minutes behind coming out of Chapter 5, which stays... No, I'm actually a minute behind coming out of Chapter 5, and I'm 2 minutes behind coming out of Chapter 7, which lasts until Chapter 9 or 10, where it becomes 3 minutes. Oh, at least you're stunned as well, I guess. And then by the time we get to... By the time we get to Chapter... the finale, I think I'm 4 minutes behind. So... I think that's where most of my time loss is. And I had a bad Chapter 1 in my PB as well, and this is already worse. So... we may reset for the Chapter 1, we'll see. My PB Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 were very good. Chapter 4 very bad. Chapter 5 was pretty decent, actually. Surprisingly. Chapter 6 not good. I've been having very bad escape firing lately. I think I need to go back and check on positionings for escaping from fights, because I think my positioning has been pretty terrible. Good stun, that helps save a tiny bit of time. Fine, he dies here. Yeah, provided that this is actually the two turn and not the 3 turn like we had in PB. Thank you. That should save a tiny bit of time from the time we lost. Now, hopefully, if the rest of the chapters can go well, we should be around about the same time as PB, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still fully getting my submissions down for GDQ, because, like, again, the big one that I'm thinking of is Yakuza 4, because it comes down to my feelings on Yakuza 4's route, and also how I felt after the Lost Judgment run at AGDQ. I feel like Yakuza 4's route is way worse of a spectator thing than Lost Judgment's. There's more downtime, and the run itself is a bit more simple. Like, even though LJ's run is very simple with just using EX mode, it's just baseball bats. Like, it's not just baseball bats, it's actually like a lot... There is actually, to be fair, a lot of little things in that run. Like, you get 2 chapters worth of Akiyama, which is 15 minutes. You get 2 chapters worth of Saejima, which is about 30 minutes. Tanamura is just baseball bats. Kiryu get 1 and I guess 2 chapters of Kiryu, but at the same time, the second chapter has no fights, so it's essentially just 1 chapter. And the rest is just fucking baseball bats. So it's kind of like my feelings towards Yakuza 4. I like Yakuza 4. I don't like the way that Yakuza 4's run is gone, and it is a lot of... It's just baseball bats. Like, you know, I don't think it's that good of a... I think it's an okay run, not like an amazing run. But I think it's got the same thing as Zero, where it's not that great of a spectator thing anymore, you know? Like, it's not the worst in the world, and it's certainly nice to not have to do the 50-50. But if you were If you were to put Yakuza 4 in front of, like, say, 50,000 people watching a GDQ, like, would that be an enjoyable run? With the right commentary, yes. But it comes to the thing of Judgment Again, or Lost Judgment Again, where how the fuck do you surmise just less than 3 hours of, I'm gonna get baseball out and whack all of these guys together with it. Like, and I think that's the thing that's kind of making me hesitate on wanting to submit 4, is just, I kind of feel like I want to submit the runs that I believe in, and I'm not sure if I believe in Yakuza 4 being a GDQ run. Like, at the moment, even with the current route, I probably still would submit LJ, like any percent, if it didn't get in last time. But I still have a bit more belief in that than Yakuza. So, it's a little bit of a weird one. Also, again, I did not turn off the backseat message on the robot. Oops. No, that category route? That's the old route. There is not a category for that because, again, it comes down to, like, the same thing as Zero's shotguns in that, you know, not everything needs its own category, and I actually wouldn't push for its own category because, like, yeah, it's massively different because without baseball bats, you would do the 50-50. You would 100% do the 50-50. So it is a very different route in that, you know, all of a sudden you bring the gamble back. But baseball bats save you literally like 10 minutes. Like, baseball bats are fucking fast. And the definition of speedrunning is getting from point A to point B as fast as possible. It's the same thing with Zero Shotgun. Is it fun to watch? No. Is it fun to do? No. It's a bit more fun than Zero. Still doesn't mean it's that fun. So would I push for its own category? No. Honestly, no. Doesn't mean I don't, doesn't mean I can't, you know, do, like with Zero Tiger and Dragon, doesn't mean I can't do the run and no one can't do the run, you know, if they wanted to. Like, I'm probably, at some point, gonna do the old route 4. I don't know what I would call that, because no T&D is easy. But, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, not everything needs its own leaderboard, you know? And it comes down to, would I argue for a leaderboard for it? No, I wouldn't. It's pedantics at that point. The same with Zero's shotgun stuff, even though I would like a no T&D. Even though I would like a no T&D category, it then becomes hypocritical of me when I say I wouldn't argue the same thing for... I wouldn't argue the same thing for 4. Like... So... Honestly, it's... It's just rough. Because the other factor you've got to... Okay, good, flexible. The other factor you've got to think about is, like, you can't submit with the current time that I've got on the leaderboard for a 4 without baseball bats because, you know... That cutscene was carrying on. Weird. Because obviously the time on the leaderboard is with baseball bats, and it's, again, it's like 10 minutes faster. It's much, much, much faster. So... It's one of those things that's just... It all comes down to, do I believe in the run or not? And I do like 4's baseball bat route more than Zero's shotgun route, but do I believe in it as a showcase proper for GDQ? No. Now, that then begs the question of, if I don't submit 4, what do I submit? Because at the minute, I've only got 2 things. I've only got, essentially, this, which, again, I'm not powered to submit 4, and Kaito DLC, which we're going to have to, don't you taunt me, hate you, which we're going to have to push through very, very fast. Hence why we're going to go hard on Kaito DLC on Monday and Tuesday. Chance of getting out of that when I dodge. So, yeah. Itch. I probably should have double attack there, considering... No, because the normal single attack would have still been slow. I saw the opportune attack there and was like, But It's essentially whether I feel like it's a good enough showcase or not. And the thing is, you do have 5 submissions for GDQ. So I don't think I have 5 things. For AGDQ, I think I only submitted 2 or 3 things at most. I submitted LJ, obviously. I submitted... I did something weird, didn't I? What did I... I think I submitted K2 Legend. I'm fairly certain I submitted K2 Legend. And then I also submitted... I think I submitted 0 any %, which is a bit weird. Actually, no, I submitted LAD. Of course I submitted LAD. Of course I fucking submitted LAD. But I submitted K2 Legend, just because, you know, I didn't have anything to submit. So, despite the fact that I don't think that Yakuza 4 is that good of a GDQ showcase, I have a spare submission slot anyway. So why not? You know? I can't Yakuza 5, right? Yes. Yes, that there is. Are you suggesting 5 of us... Nice stun. Are you suggesting 5 of us submit different characters? The Yakuza 5 relay? Who gets Haruka? Who gets the finale? Ugh. We hand it off every time we swap the character. So one person plays as Kiryu up until the swap to Saejima in Camera Hills, and then the Saejima person does Saejima in Camera Hills. Imagine how terrible that would be. You are designated this character, you play as this character. The one person who has Haruka gets brought back for their 5 minutes at most in the finale. Let's go to GDQ. Alright, this is all the times we're going to be swapping. This will be Haruka, this will be then Kiryu, this will be then Akiyama, this will be Saejima. Tech team just gets back with you with a message and just says, what the fuck? Sorry, production. Exactly. Hey guys, this is the most gameplay you'll be seeing for like 3 hours. Please come back for Shinada, thank you. I say that, despite my problems with Saijima's part, at the very least Saejima has gameplay. Nice one. At least Saejima has gameplay at like the very start of his chapter, and also obviously the end of his chapter. Despite the second dream sequence and how out of place it is, I actually think that Saejima Chapter 2 isn't too bad. But Saejima Chapter 3, and obviously Tsukumino, fuck Tsukumino, they're just, Tsukumino's such a pain, because Tsukumino I feel is good, but Tsukumino just has fight points. Let's get past this one? No, I can't. I was going to try and cut the corner, which I probably could if I ran a straight line there, but let's not. Let's not. Keep down my mini-map here in case there's a fight spawn here, because it could be now I use that vending machine. That's a fight spawn, that's got to go. Just turned. That sucks. Bad. Terrible. That's a shame. That's a big shame. I had good fights this chapter so far, apart from Graveyard, so it should be fine. Such a cursed run, yeah, it would be. I genuinely, and I've said this before, like, if we could get the actual, like, runners for it, I definitely wouldn't mind doing, like, a, kind of like a relay, kind of like the Final Fantasy, like, Fiesta kind of relay stuff. Like, I wouldn't mind doing a relay for Yakuza runs, because obviously they're long and we have enough runs. Good luck whoever does get stuck with 5. Shit, I guess this means I get stuck with 4 at the moment. Ew. Ew, hold on, I'm gonna take this back. Stun? That reapplied it, so you should be stunned for the entire fight. Unless this wakes him up. Please crit. Oh. I didn't want to use the bike. Oh well. I was hoping that it wouldn't be that close to the bike, but it was. Oh well.
Boy. Oh.
Okay. This isn't too bad of a chapter 2 so far. Just depends on how our escapes go at the start here. So. But yeah, I think I've only got, like, essentially 2 solid options for GDQ submissions. I do want to start speedrunning again stuff other than Yakuza. I'm not going to hide my desire to want to do more turn-based RPG runs. I've already said I want to do Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster this year. Not with looking toward... I'm surprised that worked, actually. Not with looking towards, like, GDQ submissions, but I just want to do it. One game that I am probably going to speedrun this year, if the actual... I guess you do call it a remake. If the actual remake is good, Live Alive. I absolutely want to do Live Alive. Again, this is not me thinking towards like future marathon submissions. I just want to do Live Alive. I absolutely want to do that game. So we'll see. We'll see on that regards. We're 100% doing a full casual playthrough of that when it comes out, by the way. And then obviously whatever RGG does next will probably be, you know, a good shout in terms of what I'll run next, RGG-wise. Which sounds like it's going to be LAD 2, which, you know, sure. I'm not running that on PC this time around. I refuse. Good escapes. Very good escapes. Okay. Not too bad. Oh, I'm very nasally today. At least I'm doing better long-wise, but I'm just really nasally today, so I do apologize. You can probably hear it when I speak. Like, you can definitely hear that I'm getting back into like more of like my usual typical commentary, which is nice. But yeah, very nasally. Ugh. Alright, let's not mess this fight up, eh? Would help if I actually perfect Gully. I had a suspicion that was going to be bad. I don't know why I tried that. That was stupid of me. That was really stupid of me. I gotta stay stunned for one more turn. Level 4 should go down to a single attack from Adachi, so. Not the best fight. kind of fucked that up. Shouldn't be fucking up these fights. Cool. As he has to now an adult. God. Don't give them ideas. That does sound like a typical RGG plot. That's a very low damage roll. That's a high damage roll. Nice. It's been low damage rolling in this fight a couple of times recently. I'm not too happy about that. Dachi's HP should be fine. For a number of very bad ones, that still sounds better than some of the plots of some of the Yakuza games, not gonna lie. I do like it when Ichi is just looking straight at this guy, so I can just go straight into the first. Good stuff. Yakuza 4 like a word. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still not somebody that actually like dislikes Yakuza 4's plot, honestly. Like, I can understand why people dislike it, but I think it's okay. I honestly think it's okay. I've seen worse. Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star is pretty bloody bad. I will say this though, I think Yakuza Dead Souls is better than Yakuza 4. Which I know isn't exactly a high bar to set, but Oh, first stun. Get the second. No, shame. He's gonna break out of his stun this turn, so I'll just take him out and then hope the other guy doesn't taunt. If he does, like, it's a shame. Yeah, it's whatever. The other guy coming out of his stun could also have taunted, so it was just, it's a freaking poison. It literally doesn't matter. It's a shame. Almost had a fast fight. Grab our grenade. Okay. So it hasn't been too bad of a chapter 2, to be honest. So I'm okay with this. It's not been like super amazing, but I had a really good one in my PD, so. As long as we don't stun, we're good. Almost did not Tenacious Fist that. That would have been bad. Okay, good. No stun. That's very good. Again, for those who don't know, any debuff you apply to South Sheriff for this cutscene gets removed by this cutscene. So that includes, that's pretty much just stun from, obviously, Tenacious Fist. But hey, Alan Dixon, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm definitely doing a lot better today. I'm definitely doing much better than I was. Still a little under the weather, but it's mostly just the exhaustion. The exhaustion is ridiculous. That was close. That almost got rid of my hardball. Oh, they called Fury this one. My crit so far is not too nice, so this is probably going to be a normal speed fight. Especially if I mess up my perfect guards like that. I have got very bad timing on my perfect guards today. It's not good. Give me an itchy agility rollover. Yes, good stuff. Free opportunity. Good stuff. Not too bad. Nice. Nice. That was with a pretty good chapter 2 in my PB as well, so I'm actually quite happy with that. What the fuck was that? My chapter 3 in my PB was also pretty good. The Zeng fight went slightly wrong towards the end, because he actually feared Itchy, so hopefully that goes a little better this time, but the grenade was good, so I'm a little worried about that. The grenade was all but one enemy, so, you know. How you going up against good grenades?
Huh?
And gold is a gold. Gold is very much a gold.
Huh?
Okay, so we're now in Izaki Jincho. We're using our new ability, Treasure Hunt, to check beneath all the vending machines. First 3 are rigged, and then once we're past the next boss, we do need to actually get a certain amount of money, which is 730 yen in total. All the money that we had from the first 2 chapters, which is 6,600 yen, is currently in the ATM, so we can't gain access to that.
잘. ちなみにそいつは後ろに漕ぐとバックもできるんだ。結構便利なんだぜ。
This bit's nice. Even though it's a tutorial, we have to do the tutorial, but we don't have to do the actual minigame. So this is just a nice chill part. Also, yeah, I haven't got those host alerts, which is really weird. They're not turning up in the activity feed, so I'm wondering whether there's a setting that's gone wrong somewhere. But other than the weirdly delayed alert, everything else seems to be fine so far, which is good. I guess. The donations as well should be going through stream elements if I set it up properly, question mark? Christ, I hope I set it up properly. We'll find out eventually.
缶拾いにもライバルがいんのか。ま、そのくらいの方が張り合いがあっていいな。一周したし、ぼちぼち菅さんのとこに帰るか。
Yeah, I got a lot of plans for stuff this year. A couple more like casual things rather than speedrun things, but definitely some more speedrun stuff as well. Obviously, a lot of the things that are long runs that I still owe are going to be delayed for a little bit because of obviously recovering from COVID, like, you know, All Sub-Stories 5 and Judgment, fist ass once again. We will be fisting ass this year, I promise you, but not anytime soon, I'm afraid. If we stun Zeng, that'd be great. Good stun. Brilliant stun. Excellent stun. No please no stare down, Zeng. Thank you. Nice crit. Okay. Well, as long as he doesn't stare down, we actually might be able to get out of this. Fuck you. Fight faster. Oh, that actually connected as well. Oh god, that sucks. This happened in my PB as well, but it happened at the end of the fight. Damn it, I was really hoping that would break him out of that. Oh. Never mind. Slow ass Zeng fight. Good stuff. Good stuff. Exactly what I didn't want to see. Anyway. This is where we get to the first big RNG point of the run. We need, as I said earlier, a minimum of 730 yen in this bit. If we don't get that money, then the run is over, because we will literally lose like 45 seconds to a minute, and that's way too much. So, hopefully we can get the money. These party chats will be important later on. I'll explain why when we get there. I could do with an early money, please. Beautiful. That's all I need. That is legitimately all that I need. Perfect. I do like it when Chapter 3 cooperates. That's very nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long it's gonna be to recover from shitty-ass COVID. Again, as I said, at the moment, it's just the exhaustion. My lungs are definitely doing better than they were the last time, although we'll see... We'll see if my chest starts hurting again during this run, like it did, like, 2 days ago. Hopefully not, obviously. Nice. Mess that up. Who else is excited for Monday? I am very, very excited for Monday. I can't wait. Genuinely can't wait. Even if it's not too long, even if it's not, you know, that big content-wise, I'm still looking forward to it. Any story for our boy Kaito is good story. I kind of want to do an LJ any % run tomorrow to kind of, you know, get ready for Kaito. But again, I don't have time for SGDQ stuff, so it'll probably be another run of this if I do stream tomorrow. It's alright, good. And fight spawn makes me a bit worried here. Spawn to the left, which is okay. Okay, good, no fight spawn. Nice, good. I don't have to deal with long COVID? Yeah, same. Yeah, same. We will see. I'll probably, as I said, I'll probably do my PCB? I'll do my COVID test tomorrow. See if it's gotten out of my system yet, because it hadn't gotten out of my system like 2 days ago. So we'll see. Hopefully. Alright, so we get the Silver Safe Skeleton Key and a bunch of money. That money is important early on. Silver Safe Skeleton Key is going to be used to unlock some silver safes in the game. We're going to do some of that now, including grabbing some taxis on the way. That taxi right there is one of the most used taxis in the run. Fight one on the left is nice. Hopefully not one on the right. It's good. Be grabbing this taxi ahead at the pharmacy, which will be used in chapters 5... No, not 5 anymore. 13 and 11, actually. So, a lot later on in the run, but important to grab now as we're running past. That's green, which is alright. No traffic though, that's good. Getting hit by a car in this run costs you 10 seconds. You lose all your momentum and you stay on the ground. Sucks. These 3 silver safes are going to contain a weapon. One for Adachi. One for Namba. One for Ichi. We cannot actually equip Ichi's just yet, weirdly enough. Please go to the right menu. Thanks. Would help if I actually went to the right menu. Heh. I need to keep an eye on my minimap here for specific fight spawns, so I tilt my head every so often. Have you seen me tilt my head like this? It's because I can't see my minimap properly. Good old microphone in the way. Okay. Take a long time to recover. Yeah. Yeah, I am gonna be taking it a little easy. And not push myself too hard. I have not seen that fight spawn there in a hot minute. Glad it's going that way and not this way. Yikes. Had to be careful because of the fight spawn in front of me there, just in case it saw me as I was running up. Hopefully we get a good grenade here. I had a very good grenade here in my PB, so I need a good grenade here now. Ooh. Okay. Because I had a bad Zeng fight, so... Definitely losing time because of the Zeng fight, but hopefully a good grenade. Namba, you fucking jackass. You absolute fucking jackass. Nice Namba. Nice Namba. Whilst I'm here, which chapter is it I can't ever gold again? It's 7, isn't it? Yeah, so let me change my 7 gold split. Because that way I can be a bit more accurate in my summer best. Thanks, Namba. Jackass. Appreciate it. What is my summer best now? Let me just see. 4 on the doot. Okay, cool. We go again. Thanks, Namba. Thanks, Namba. 3, 2, 1. Thanks, Namba. So I'm glad I started a bit earlier today. God damn it. I was hoping he'd be out of the way for that, but nope. Decided not to be. Thanks, Namba. Thanks, Namba. It's a shame, because that chapter 2 is pretty decent. So, oh. Chapter 3 wasn't, but I still would have taken it. Deciding to chase a fight with Ushio? Don't know. Just is. It's the same on every version of the game. Oh, I did actually do a little bit of testing in regards to this on PS5. I installed the PS4 version to see what this game would be like, PS4 version, backwards compatible-wise, speed-wise. Funnily enough, slower. It's about a second slower for every single load screen. For fast travel, it's about 2 to 3 seconds slower. So the PS5 version is natively faster than the PS4 version backwards compatible. So good to know. Very good to know. So, don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, that'd be a good Ushio fight. to stand up. Hopefully do enough damage. Okay, good. Nice opportune attack and show is fast. Do like that. Alrighty, off we go again. So we learn Tenacious Fist, we shortcut Tenacious Fist, and we're off. I do like in this game, with obviously the early 2000s here, that it doesn't cheat like K1 does and give you the wrong minimap. I do like that, you know, the actual like Millennium Tower is still being built. It's nice. 2 versions of Kamurocho in this game. They didn't have to go all that way, but they did. Unlike K1, which lies to you. Because K1 doesn't want you getting anywhere near the middle of the map, because when you start K1 in Chapter 1, and you look at the map, which K1 starts in 1998, which is 2 years before this one, it still has Zero's minimap, where obviously the empty lot is supposed to be, but we can go out of bounds in K1, and we actually, when you walk there on the minimap, it's actually K1's only map. It's the actual proper map. So on the minimap, it shows the empty lot, but when you go there, the Millennium Tower's there. It's great. And K1 just doesn't want you to get towards the Millennium Tower, whereas this game's just like in this cutscene, it's like, oh hey, Millennium Tower's over here. It's not built yet. See? Like, it's really nice. The extra effort. It's good. Okay, better fight here, please. I see we're doing this today, where we survive. At the very least, he's stunned, so I can't complain too hard. That I can complain about. God damn it. Did you just get out of the corn, my dude? Terrible. Terrible fight. Terrible fight. I remember the last time I heard this much of music in this fight. Essentially, with a fight like that, it pretty much guarantees if Hirotsuka is a free turn, I'll reset. If we get into a fight spawn on Tenkaichi, I'll reset. It's just losing me so much time. Terrible, terrible tutorial fight. This has been happening lately where that guy's variable HP bar is giving me issues, so... Oh well. It's a very low damage roll, I need a 36 or higher. Let's reset. Thanks, Hirotsuka. I'm losing like 20 to 30 seconds in Chapter 1 alone because of those 2 fights, so... Nope. Nope. I refuse. I refuse. Try again. 3, 2, 1, go. Try again. Ugh. Just our usual early game blues so far. If it takes too long to try and get a run going, I will swap to Strangers of Paradise, but I'm still like an hour or 2 out from that, so should still be good for now. Also, we're an hour into the stream and I'm still feeling pretty good so far, which is nice. This is where I started feeling kind of crappy when we did the run 2 days ago, so good stuff so far. Very good stuff so far. Also, I don't know what time... The problem is I don't know what time Kaito's DLC comes out on Monday. I'm assuming it's going to be like... around like 5, 6 PM, something like that. If it's a midnight release tomorrow, I fucking know. If it's a midnight release tomorrow, I might just like save it for Monday and just wake up early on Monday. Start with like a day stream and then just go from there. So. It's okay damage. Yeah, some people do try and backspeed speedrunning, which is really annoying. The people who have done the run are allowed to tell me what the hell to do, because they know what to do. But the problem is, you'll get many people coming in here with all caps screaming, you know, oh, heal Itchy, heal Namber, etc. when, you know, there's a heal spot coming up after that, and it gets very annoying when people try and backseat the person who knows what they're doing. Cool. Espy, thank you very much for the tier 1 for 4 months, I appreciate it. That one wasn't delayed. But yeah, for some reason I'm not getting hosts come through in the activity feed, so I'm guessing host alerts are still broken, which sucks. Yes, we have on-screen chat in the bottom left. That's something that I added with Stream Elements. So again, it's just for now. I don't know whether or not I'm gonna keep it or not. I'm gonna see how people respond to it, because I have been asked a couple of times by people, you know, can we get chat to see, you know, what you're talking about and who you're responding to, which it's not a bad idea. As long as it doesn't take up too much space, because again, I do like very minimalistic streams. Like I don't have like a proper layout. I know it's really weird, and I've had this conversation before a couple of times, and I'm interested in both. Obviously, yours Twitch chat and yours YouTube chat. This is assuming this run goes through, so I guess I should let this run go through. Like, I had, like, questions about, like, layouts and stuff. Because I think a good layout can actually look very professional and very good. You know, like, not have the game, like, full screen like it is currently, have, like, a border around the outside and stuff. Because I did actually have a friend make me layouts for when I was going to be doing Final Fantasy 13 and... That's correct. And Nier Automata speedruns back in the day. Which unfortunately obviously didn't last too long. But I'm interested in what people feel about, like, proper stream layouts and stuff like that. So I think in a lot of cases they can make things look good. I think in terms of, like, good fight. In terms of for free games, I think it makes them look much better. In terms of, like, actual full 3-dimension games, I think it makes them look much better. Because the trouble is, obviously, pretty much most streams are going to be in widescreen. So if you have a full free game, then obviously you're going to have a lot of dead space on the screen, or you're just going to center it in the middle and have a lot of dead space on the left and the right-hand side. So I think a good layout for full free stuff is important. But I don't do any full free stuff. Even OG 1 and 2 with the with widescreen, obviously, and obviously so will the Black Panther games. Yes, those games are gonna look ass on the stream. I'm gonna have to try and figure out a way of making it.
Hello here for my monthly sub. Can't wait for Kaido's DLC.
Damn right, same here. Zetspo Noitra. Excuse me. Thank you very much for the year of support. I appreciate it. Also, in terms of the chat at the bottom left as well, I'll be filtering out both Hisoderps and Nightbots. Yeah, Nightbots messages. So you won't get bot messages in future runs for the chat thing. Because again, I don't know how big the chat thing actually is in the bottom left, because I didn't want to make it too large. And messages disappear after like 10 seconds or when obviously they get pushed up off the screen. So we'll see. Minimalistic layouts or none? Yeah, exactly. But yes, I'm also very much looking forward to Kaito DLC. Again, as I keep saying to everybody, when Monday rolls around, we will be doing Kaito's DLC. We will be doing it in full. The plan is on Monday, we will be doing a full playthrough of it, start to finish. We will also, on Tuesday, be routing it and speedrunning it. Because I only have a day to route and speedrun it before GDQ submissions close. So that's the plan, because I've got basically nothing for GDQ submissions at the moment. I have this, which I'm not power submitter in, so I would not be first choice. I have... The only thing that I'd be power submitter in is Yakuza 4, which... As I said earlier, I have feelings about whether Yakuza 4 is a GDQ showcase or not, and honestly, no would be my initial reaction to that. Yeah, GDQ submissions are already open, but obviously, since GDQ submissions have been open, I've only been able to do 2 streams, thanks to having fucking COVID. So, thanks, COVID, you fucked me. I hate you. Great. So I'm a little mad about that, not gonna lie. I haven't been able to record like my usual commentary. I haven't been able to do like multiple runs because again, I could I could catch up to Tom's time in the PS5 version of this. Obviously can't on PC because obviously PC settings are terrible with this video game. But I could catch up to Tom's time on PS5 if I had the time to do, you know, multiple runs per days. But at the moment, obviously with the fatigue that I've got from COVID, I don't. So it's really messed up my prep for GDQ submissions. And then I also have the problem of... What's hard? What do I submit? I said this earlier. It's like, Yakuza 4... I'm the power submitter in Yakuza 4. Do I feel like Yakuza 4 is a good GDQ showcase? No. Yakuza 0, would I ever submit the any percent for that with shotguns? No. Because I don't think that's a good GDQ showcase either. K1 is a good run. I'm still surprised. Nice square. I'm still surprised that K1 has not been in a GDQ yet. I think that it will get into a GDQ eventually. I think the K1 is a very good run. I think the K1 is short. It's got good tech. I think it's everything that they will want from a Yakuza run. So I'm very surprised that hasn't gotten in yet. I think it's only a matter of time. I think K1 probably has one of the best chances of any of the Yakuza games. K2 we've done and there's no big route changes, so I doubt they take that again. 3 is interesting, but not ideal, because 3 has 3 big giant bits of downtime with the kids. And then the last third of 3's run becomes very much gun spam. So 3 is in an interesting place in that, like, the first 2/3 of the run are actually very skill-based, and then you have the last third of the run which becomes get a math PhD. So you could do things with that, but it's all the downtime in the middle that's the problem. Chapter 10 has so much downtime. Chapter 3 and 4 have giant bits of downtime, but the bits before that and the bits in the middle are really good. That's the problem. 4 is basically I don't think I really need to say much more than that. So, bit of a shame. Bit of a massive shame. 5 is 5. 5 is 6 hours long. 5 has 2.5 hours of downtime after the first hour of the speedrun. That's literally never getting into a GDQ. Unless we do something funky with it. Which, there's an idea for that. There's definitely an idea for that. Which I might do. 5 actually has a good couple of incentives as well. 6 has been done. 6's route was changed up a little bit, but again, I would not be power submitter in 6 either, so 6 is off the table. LAD is LAD. LAD, I want LAD to get into GDQ. The jealous part of me or the selfish part of me wants me to be the one that gets LAD in, but again, if PS Kala or Tom get LAD in, they'll do a fantastic job. I've said this before, I think that they would take Tom over PS Kala just because PS Kala doesn't have commentary and their run is 680 by 400 or something like that. Like, they'll look at Tom's and just go, yep, world record for console. The game looks presentable, has good commentary. Again, it's nothing against PS Kala's runs, it's just that Tom's has everything going for Tom's over PS Kala's. So I think if they were going to pick one person to do LAD, I think it'd be Tom. Again, I would like to do LAD, but again, I'm not passing it. I'm behind both of them. So that's the reason why, obviously, I'm trying to, you know, lower my time now if I can. Kenzan is an interesting one. Kenzan is not a bad run. Kenzan is only in Japanese, which... It's not a thing that massively works against it, but it doesn't work with it either. Good start. Good fight. Alright, we might have a good chapter 2 on our hands here. That's a little overkill, but I'll take it, sure. Okay. Could have done with saving that until a later fight in the chapter, but sure. Kenzan is short, but Kenzan also has the problem, again, of too much downtime in the middle. That's the problem. And this is going to be a problem with a lot of the Yakuza game submissions. K2 works because it's fast-paced. 6 works because it's fast-paced. Lost Judgment may not be that much of a GDQ showcase now than when we first started routing it, but LJ is fast-paced. Like, LJ, the best thing you can say about LJ is that it wants you to play the video game. And that's me talking about LJ casually. I love LJ for just, you know, having no barriers or anything like that. Ishin is almost 5 hours long and has a lot of downtime in the middle, despite the fact that Ishin's run is actually really good. It's got the same problems as 5 and 0, because it's the Yakuza games from that time period all have the same problem. They just have massive downtime in the middle. Like, way too much downtime in the middle. Like, their combat is fascinating, their combat is great, they just have way too much downtime in the middle. It's the same for OG Judgment. OG Judgment is a 5 hour long run. Its first chapter is an hour long. Like, it's just too long. Like, in terms of, like, as a GDQ run, it's just too long. I'm tempted to submit Judgment just because, you know, I have 5 slots for things, and I do think that Judgment is a phenomenal run. But again, does Judgment have that good of a chance? Hell no. It's 5 hours long. You are going up against the long RPG runs, and it's the same with LAD. You're going up against the long RPG runs, of which you only get 1 in, and it's like... Honestly, I would not take Judgment over a lot of the other games, because, you know, Chapter 9 of Judgment has literally 2 time waiting segments. Chapter 9 of Judgment is just so slow. Judgment has a couple of chapters that are like that. There's 30 minutes of tailing segments. It's the reason why Lost Judgment is a way better run, because Lost Judgment has 1 tail segment. And even then, you can make it go faster. Like, Lost Judgment's tail segment is really good. Hopefully Kaito DLC doesn't have too many. Cough. Because we've seen, I think, one of them in the preview videos. Don't fail me now, speedrun. But that's the problem with the spin-offs, is they're either too long. Black Panther 1 is like 5 hours again. Black Panther 2 is, again, very simple. I mean, that's fine, because I still have to normally attack the Atlas fight, so it's not the worst thing. So there's a lot of Yakuza games now at this point that aren't good GDQ showcases. Pure and simple as that. OG1 and OG2. I think OG1 is a good showcase. I think OG1 is actually good. I think OG1 is actually very good. OG2 is and it isn't. OG2 is a good run, but OG2 is a nasty run. OG2 is a sadistic run. OG2, at the very start of OG2, you have a very small chance to spawn a specific enemy, where you need that specific enemy to drop a specific weapon. the one and only time when I had a working PS3 that we did an OG2 run, that was the day that Lost Judgment came out. It took us an hour and a half to get a run going, just because we couldn't get the item to drop. OG2 has some very fucking nasty RNG. And yes, you could do a different route that doesn't try and get that weapon, but it takes another, like, 10 minutes longer. It's rough. You can have a safety save, for sure. But the problem with OG2 is that OG2's run once you bend. OG2's run is actually... You'd probably be surprised. OG2's run is probably one of the harder runs in the entire series. Like, it's up there. It's 100% up there. Stun here would be great again. Please don't stare down even if it doesn't. Right here would end the fight one turn early. Please don't stay down. Shit. Ah, that really good start to this chapter. Okay, it missed. Thank God. Still not good. Zero no TND is exactly the same. Too much downtime in the middle. There's like 45 minutes where bugger all happens. There's like one boss fight and that's it.
Oh.
It's the problem with the Yakuza games of that period. There's too much downtime in the middle. Like, there's just way too much downtime in the middle. Like, even me with my commentary would struggle at GDQ with it. I might submit Zero No TND just because, you know, I have 5 slots, you know? I've only got 2 things that I'm 100% gonna submit, which is this and Kaito DLC. Unless Kaito DLC is 2 hours long and is terrible. We don't know. Kaito DLC could have an hour of tailing in it. You don't know. We don't know until Monday. Please no. For the love of God, please no. This is a bad angle, actually. Ooh, I don't like that. How did that work? Wow, I'm stunned that escape worked. For those who don't know, because I haven't explained it that much today, running from fights in Yakuza LAD is not based on any stats, it's only based on how much space you have behind your character. That's why I am running into certain positions at the start of these fights, to be able to influence the game and let me run away from these fights. When you run away from a fight at the start of the fight, Ichi will go in a slightly randomized direction. He will either go straight backwards, slightly to the left, or slightly to the right. This is why, for this next fight, for example, I'm going to be in the middle, because I know here I have enough space, even if Ichi goes slightly to the right. There is something you can do in terms of targeting. If you target an enemy, like go into attack and target an enemy, you are telling the game you want to run away parallel from that enemy. So you are always guaranteed to run specifically that direction. So that removes the random aspect of running away from fights. But if you get the right angle, you don't have to do that. There are a couple of fights later on that I might have to do that with, because there's a couple of fights that are kind of nasty to run away from. There's also items that you can use to help you run away from fights. I'll describe those later when we actually get to use them, because they have their own set of rules. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That Zombies game, Dead Souls? Fuck no. That game fucking sucks. It's way too long for a GDQ game. It would fit in the awful block if it was an hour long. The any percent is 2.5 hours and is absolutely terrible. Absolutely not. That's correct. Any new strats? Yes, you are in the age of Illusion Supremacy. Nancy is dead. No more Nancy. Heck the Nancy. Now there is only Illusion. What was that delay? Nice crit. There is only Illusion now. No more Nancy. Nancy has been ceremoniously removed from the speedrun. Which is weird, because it actually makes the run slower in a lot of places, but because of Illusion, it actually makes it faster in a lot of places. It also means that a lot of the route actually changes, because Nancy's cooldown is a 2-turn cooldown, Illusion's is a 4-turn cooldown, so, or a 4-fight cooldown, I should say. 4-turn. So, yeah. New route. It's fun. It's good. Long live Illusion. I'm gonna get hit here, aren't I? I had to wait for a second so I didn't get hit there. Those of you who are subbed to the YouTube, you'll have seen today that I actually uploaded the first run. It was today's upload. The first run that we did with Illusion, I got to make a funny meme thumbnail. Good. But yeah, Nancy's now out of the run. Because Nancy's out of the run, we use a lot more Essence of Phantom Drives with Jungi Han, which is really weird because in some cases it actually does less damage, but in other cases it actually makes the fight go faster, despite that. Funny how this works. Look at you, Soldier. That was a host alert. That's a host alert. What? It worked. Actually, it's a raid alert. What the heck? Hope, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well tonight. Good fight. That makes up for the bad fight earlier. Yo, okay. Good chapter 2. This is a very decent chapter 2. Heck yeah. This is actually quite nice. Might actually have our run here, provided chapter 3 doesn't fuck us up for the 3rd time today. I could even get taunted here, it'd be fine. So. These are not splits of a Mabuchi death. Nope. These are the splits from 2 days ago, which was a nice rare. I think I'd go for this guy, because that's great, you know. I'm hoping the other guy taunts me. He did not. That's upsetting, because this guy will not go down to a normal attack. At least the other guy is away, so I can just normally attack this guy. It's actually a good positioning for the enemies too. Please don't taunt me, other guy. I will be upset. Thank you. Okay. For those who missed it earlier, this is our 3rd attempt at this run today. Even though I said no reset. Namba decided to take a grenade up the ass. I had a bad Zeng fight as well, so I'm not too upset. But yeah, that's unfortunate. So if you're wondering why this is unfortunate, if the stun stays, it did not stay on. Okay, so it's not too bad because I actually got the stun off at the right attack at least. You don't want the stun to apply on the second Tenacious Fist. Reason is that this cutscene right here removes any debuffs that you applied to Sawashiro. So if that stun had not gotten removed from me attacking Sawashiro, it would get removed by this cutscene. So you do not want that stun to apply on the second hit. The first hit is okay. It's not ideal because obviously you would like to have the 2 turns for stun. But hey, I stopped Sawashiro from doing anything in the first place. That's okay. That's not too bad. Any stun at this point is good. That's an early ridicule, my dude. That's a very early ridicule, my dude. I blame poor Namba. He got in my way. So I'm keeping an eye out here for furniture use, because I do need to use, hopefully, furniture at some point to make this fight go a little faster. I'd have liked that to not happen here. I'd have liked one more turn before I had to use my hardball. I was going to take the fist into the hardball and turn afterwards. So now I'm hoping that Ichi's agility rolls over on itself, so I get a free opportune attack. Not a guarantee. Do need to use the hardball to do good damage here. Got lucky because this vase can actually interrupt the hardball, which is very bad. So if Ichi's agility rolls over here, this is a nice fight. Did not. Arts! Thank you for the host. That's an actual host. Holy shit. Host lots of work. Yeah, I didn't get the turn roll over. Too late. 1 turn too late. That's a shame. Yeah, I'm losing time because of that. That sucks. Well, I'm actually saving time, but not golding. Which is a shame because the rest of chapter 2 was actually pretty good. The rest of chapter 2 was very, very good. That Sawashiro fight was just a bit average. So a shame. So. Thank you for the host. Hope you're doing well today. Chapter 3, this time without Namba taking a grenade up his fucking arsehole. Good. I have a way with words. I have a good way with words. Hey, so we're now in Izazaki Jincho, as I said earlier. We're getting access to an ability called Treasure Hunt, which allows us to search all the vending machines. We need... so this bit is scripted. We'll get 5 yen, 50 yen, and nothing. After the next boss fight... we'll be using Treasure Hunt, and we need a minimum of 730 yen for the taxi.
Oh?
So. Oh, well. I haven't had problems with the money today, at least. But Namba taking a grade up the arse is not nice. Not happy about that. Yeah, that's a shame. That chapter 2 was not great. So this is Cam Quest, it's a brand new minigame exclusive to LAD. We don't have to do the minigame, but we do have to do the tutorial for it. Hey Moogle, hope you're doing well. Yeah, things are going alright for me. You can probably still hear that I'm a bit... I'm still a bit messed up from COVID. But I'm not taking as many deep breaths for my lungs as I was, so that's nice at least. The only thing that I'm dealing with at the moment from COVID is just the fatigue. Even just sat here now with this run, I'm starting to feel the tiredness already, like ridiculously. Like streaming is stressful, by the way. For those of you who don't stream, streaming takes a lot out of you. Streaming is a very stressful thing. It's very tiring, it's very stressful. I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong. It is a very, very, very tiring job. Yeah, I'm definitely doing much better today than I was the last few days, which is good. Also, for those just joining, don't forget Kaito DLC on Monday. The plan is to do it in full on Monday, start to finish, and then on Tuesday we will be speedrunning it so that I can submit it to SGDQ, because I have 1 day left for submissions after that. COVID has fucked my SGDQ preparation. Thanks for that. I have literally only been able to do 2 speedruns for SGDQ prep, and this is one of them. Great. Speaking of great, Zeng, behave this time, ya fucker. Definitely behave this time. So ideally we stun Zeng, or more ideally we don't have Zeng ever use stare down, which, hey, good start. Who here goes down to 2 pigeon raids? Pigeon raid is our strongest attack in this fight. Every single pigeon is its own damage instance. So the problem with that is that every single pigeon can actually wake up a person from stun. The good thing is that, as you saw... Oh god, my lights are going again. I'm so sorry for the light show. If you have epilepsy, don't look at my webcam right now. Don't ask why this is happening. It's just been happening lately. He wakes up this turn anyway, so I'm just going to use Pigeon Raid, because again, it's the highest damage we got. Please don't use Stare Down. Good. Please get reapplied stun. Stay stunned. It's really hard to keep him stunned, and the thing is, nice crit. Pigeon Raid does so much damage that you just want to use it anyway. Nice crits! Namba! Did you? Oh my god. Good Zeng fight! I didn't realize these still existed these days. You might be wondering why I didn't use the opportune attack on Namba there, because Zeng was on the floor. Namba is much more magic orientated. Namba does way more magic damage, so his physical damage, even on an opportune attack, is only about 25 to 29 on a high roll. It is not enough to kill Zeng at that HP threshold, even with those crits. Those were some nice crits, though. That is the definition of a very good Zeng fight. Anyway, all of our stuff got put into our storage box. I do want that. So I'm going to be putting on my skills. Nope. I messed up my menu, so it's messed me up. Pigeon Raid. Yep. We do gear later, because we're getting fresh gear before we actually need to do it. That tutorial should get rid of the fight spawn. Good. So this is where we need the money. We need a minimum of 730 yen to be able to go fast. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. You can get a couple of different monetary amounts from the vending machines. You can get 10 yen, 100 yen, 500 yen, a plate to sell, which we don't need because we don't open up the shop until chapter 12, so that's bad. Or literally fucking nothing, which is also bad. So you can get enough money from 10 yen drops, but for the speed, you want either 100 yen or 500 yen. Either one works. As long as you just get 100 yen, you're good. Hoxie, thank you for the 23 months. I appreciate it.
Sub notification test 123.
Yup, that's the one. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's weird because Stream Elements, when we started the stream up, we had a sub notification get delayed for like 2 minutes, and ever since then, everything's been fine. Weirdly, host alerts aren't fully fixed, but some are working. So, Trog, if you do host the stream, I appreciate it. For some reason, some hosts aren't turning up and others are. Don't you hit me. If you get hit by a car in the speedrun, you lose 10 seconds. Because you lose all of your momentum, then you have to build your momentum back up. So you lose about 10 seconds. It's like 9 or 10 seconds. You stay on the ground for like 6 seconds, but the time you spend in the air and getting up, and then obviously getting your momentum back, all adds up to about 10 seconds. Where are you going? Left? Good. Across the road. Please move. Thank you. On the mini-map for fight spawns. That's a bad one. I'm going to push this one. Close. I hate that one. I hate that one a lot. Because that one is so close to getting you before you get to the actual story trigger. Matsuo here is weak to pigeons. He's also weak to Tag Team Essence and Mayhem, but because it's only just Itchy and Namber at the moment, you don't do enough damage with Tag Team Essence and Mayhem to finish off Matsuo, whereas Pigeon Raid is guaranteed to finish him off. Silver Safe Scan and Key opens up all the silver safes in the game. We will be going and opening some of those right now. We'll also be grabbing a couple of taxis on the way. This taxi right here is one of the most used taxis in the run. Might be the most used taxi. I should probably count at some point. We'll be using it in almost every single chapter. Bad fight spawn. Bad fight spawn. So again, I'm going to be lining myself up here to hopefully escape from this fight by running. Now, we might have a little bit of a problem. Fuck you. Dragon Engine Shenanigans. So, Namble escaped from that fight despite having less room than Itchy, and you might be wondering how the hell that happened. Dragon Engine Shenanigans meant that every single fight has an invisible wall around it. It's to stop your characters from running halfway across the city during their turn. Because that can happen. If you play this game long enough, you'll see it happen. So, in order to stop that from happening, there's an invisible barrier, much like the older Yakuza games with fights, where your characters aren't supposed to move past that barrier. Because we start close to that barrier, or inside of that barrier, the Dragon Engine goes, oh, there's a wall here, therefore you can't actually escape from this fight. Which, yes, that's stupid and dumb. I hate it. Not skills, idiot. One of these days, you will probably, you know, do the actual menu that you need to do. Right now, you are not. Jesus Christ. That's terrible. Yeah, the actual overlay, I like that a lot. I've actually got 2 overlays on at the minute, because I imported all of my alerts from Streamlabs, which was very quick, easy, and painless, which was fantastic. And even better than that, some of the alerts that weren't synced up before, aka Kiryu with the phone and also Long Lawn Man, are now synced up properly. So shout out to Stream Elements for that. It's one of my old stream alerts that isn't working, which is a pain in the ass. I'm gonna have to get that fixed. But essentially, I have one overlay for stream alerts and one overlay for everything else. So for the chat box in the bottom left, that's a different overlay, for example. Which I can also supplement by doing layout stuff on top. Namber, you stay behind me. Please hit like everybody with this grenade. Should aim better. I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him in the video game. I'm gonna fucking kill him. I hate that man. I hate that man. Losing time because of the fight spawn. Shame. That was not a bad chapter 3. It wasn't a great chapter 3, but yeah. But yeah, I can do everything now on, like, I could import all my alerts over to the single browser source if I wanted to. I kind of like having them separate at the moment, mostly because I don't want to mess anything up. But yeah, I do like being able to have multiple different overlay sources. That's really nice. Really, really nice. It could actually allow me to get quite creative as well. So we'll see. We'll see. I have ideas. I just need time to implement ideas. Middle. Nice swing home for everybody. I really should go after the Slugger because he just doesn't die to Itchy's tag team SMAM. This guy needs to get pigeoned. Obviously, it's going to be a bit slower because of this. Which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Hopefully, I can keep him close to Adachi. Doesn't know that's going to happen. Yeah. Shame. Oh, not too bad of a fight. I'm just losing like 3-4 seconds to it. Obviously, not ideal, but I had a bad Chapter 4 in my PB. It went way worse than this, so hopefully we can have a good Chapter 4 this time around, because this is probably where one of my 5 minutes of time save is. Itchy, Batbuster, Jesus Christ, why is my menuing here terrible these days? Pyro, Belch, Reckless Charge, Itchy, Gear, thank you, and go. There. Terrible menu. Hey Xana, yeah, I'm doing better. I'm still, as you can probably hear, a bit messed up nasal-wise, but lung-wise doing better. I'm just exhausted. I'm just very exhausted. Why have you been going ahead of me lately, my dude? I do not like this guy going ahead of me. It's been happening a lot. I want this guy dead so he doesn't take up a turn in Eternal. Yeah, this guy's gonna survive, so quickest way to deal with him is this into Opportune. Or tag team even. This fight has had weird agility for me for a little while. That sucks, but yeah, I am way better than I was. I'm getting to a position where I can start doing my usual commentary that I like to do for my submissions as well, which is good. But it's definitely night and day since 2 days ago, which is good. Like, 2 days ago, my lungs were absolutely on fire at this point, but I'm still doing pretty good today. Oh, this is a bad turn order. I gotta wait for him to get up. And now I'm gonna have to do a Reckless with Adachi. Terrible turn order. Losing time to this. Alright, please, Oddstone. I'd appreciate that. Well, that's good at least. Run continues. We need at least one Oddstone drop for a weapon craft. You have 3 different fights. You can get an Oddstone drop from blue guy to the front. The choice of who to pick here is actually important. The one that you pick goes to the front, and also it changes which reward you get. By bringing the blue guy to the front, he actually has he doesn't have a resistance to fire, unlike the red guy that does. Mega swing everybody. That's a very good Reckless in the making here. Very nice. Blue, I think, survives. Red dies. That's nice. So ideally here, I don't want to use any more MP with Itchy. And Adachi attacks faster. And he was next to him. If Adachi wasn't next to him, I would have attacked with Itchy, but because he was next to him, I was just going to attack there. You might think guarding for 2 people is slow there, but it actually works out. Namba's attack is obviously bad and slow. Itchy's is a 3-hit attack, whereas Adachi's is obviously a single hit. The damage on Itchy would still have been fine, but for speed, it's a little quicker even there to guard with 2 people and get to Adachi's turn. I didn't want to use my MP because I want to save a little bit of Itchy's MP for the next fight. There's going to be a fight here where ideally I get to use Mega Swing. Ideally we start with Namba first in this next fight because Namba going first here helps a lot. That's a bad fight spawn. I'm going to have to jump over the guardrail for this. The fight spawn here is nice. Just go here. Careful of any late fight spawn from this taxi. This one needs to go around the corner. We need this taxi for literally this chapter. We need it for like a minute from now. So, ground rule is that there's a guy in a black shirt in this fight. We want him to get pyro-belched, that guy. And then everyone else should go down to Itchy and Adachi. I wasn't certain he was going to move back, so I'm just going to do this. And hopefully he should still be in a good position for the Mega. Yeah, that should be good. Very good. Oh, you didn't go down. Actually, that helps. The bike hitting him there is very good. That helped for the lack of damage that I wouldn't have gotten from the opportune attack. So we got very lucky there, but that's a good fight. Ideally, you obviously knock him down to the ground with Mega Swing and then obviously get the opportune, but that's still a good fight. So now we're going to be grabbing a couple of taxis. We need this taxi for this chapter. We need this taxi over here for chapters 12 and 13 story-wise. But because we're going over there now, this is the best time to grab it. It's like the only time we have to get it. And as we run along the road here, there's a odd stone world drop that we want to grab. There's basically a couple of odd stones in the world that we want to grab just to give us a easier chance of getting enough upgrade materials. The odd stones, we use one of them to make a weapon for Itchy early, and then we use the rest of the odd stones to upgrade the same weapon to do way more damage. Grabbing this odd stone does not despawn this enemy set, so we do have to go a little bit out of our way to get past them. We have to be careful of that fight spawn on the left as well. So I will be going to the right here to avoid them, hopefully. Yep. You have to go a little out of your way. It sucks. But now I can at least run straight towards the taxi. It's a little unfortunate. LAD's fight spawns can be slightly aggressive, but they're actually not too bad compared to some of the other Yakuza games. And there's at least a lot of ways to deal with them, but it's not like OG Judgment and Lost Judgment or Zero, where you have a in-game method of dealing with them wherever you are. Yeah, catch you later, Xana. I really need to... Thinking of Xana, though, I really need to get my actual PS3 set up so I can continue to do OG 1 and 2 runs. I did actually start setting it up whilst I was off of COVID, but I didn't fully set it up, so that's my fault. Do need to actually fix that. Hey, story stuff into sub-story. We're doing the sub-story for money purposes, but the two fights from this sub-story can also drop odd stones. Also, thankfully, we now know that this man just implodes. Odd stone drop, good. The more odd stone drops, the better. That's half of your wife. Skip this. One text box skip. You have to skip one text box there to be able to skip the rest of that cutscene. It's a little weird, but that's how it is. And now we have to taxi back to Pocket Cafe to carry on with this sub-story. The reason why we're doing this sub-story is it gives us 20,000 yen, which will enable us 2 uses early on of Gary Buster Holmes. Ask for the hot water before trying to skip. Reason why you skip that is there is a big fade out when you go through that cutscene, so by start skipping you get rid of the fade out, which is really nice. See the alerts still coming through at the right timing now. Office Craft, thank you for the tier 1 for 10 months. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well tonight. By carrying on with the story, it's going to put us outside of the place where we need to do the rest of said sub-story.
Oh.
Good stuff. So hopefully good turn order, which is Namba start into good positioning. This is Gondara. Gondara's up to his old tricks again, if you ever played Yakuza 2. He is not in a good position. He's not supposed to go to the left. But I still got a triple here, which is good. Ideally, I hit the other guy with Mega Swing here as well. Did not fully kill him, which is a shame. Gondara will not fully die to burn, so we'll just take him out.
Oh my
I'm gonna hit tag team here. Good. Nice, good stuff. Good stuff. Oddstone, good. All our Oddstone drops, that's perfect. Vara, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream today. How did the PSO go? Doesn't matter which of our choices we pick here, we get either passion or kindness. We don't use passion or kindness in the run, but certain options that we will be picking coming up starting here are going to be important for job changes. Hey, just be live. Thank you for the Prime Gaming, the 3 months. I appreciate it. Cool. This is an okay chapter 4 so far, but it's all going to come down to, obviously, the last bit. So, this is what your bond links are for. You get drink link conversations. Again, that is not the sound effect I had for my cheers.
Let's go.
That's weird. That's weird. I want square for this conversation, importantly because you want charisma. Charisma gains us access to one job for Itchy, and we also want style for another job. Hey K Dial, thank you very much for the 100 bits, I appreciate it. Why am I starting to start pause this? You can't, idiot. You think I would know. Anyway, this is where Chapter 4 gets really nasty. This is where all the RNG comes into play. So, we're going to be heading off to do story immediately. Also, sorry if I do sound a little ill still for those just coming in. I am recovering from COVID. COVID sucks. Just pure and simple, COVID sucks, don't get it. My lungs are doing better, but my nasal passages are still very blocked, so I sound very nasally still. Leon, thank you very much for the 100 bits, I appreciate it. Thank you for the level 1 hype train, I appreciate it. I will turn those on during the business section. I actually can see it in chat for once, which is nice. I'll do those during the business section. Very quick fight. Very nice fight. Good fight, like that fight. Very, very nice fight. Very good fight. As Nate this time. Namba did his best to get in the fucking way, but at least didn't. Pyro this guy, because that also hits Totsuka as well, which is nice. Fuck Totsuka. Spin with the old Mega Swing. Shame I didn't hit the other guy, because now he's not gonna go down as much. Also, Adachi with a really slow agility roll, which isn't great, but it might actually make a good position here. That might be a triple. It'll be at least a double, which will be good. A triple will be great, but no, never got it so far. Totsuka's dead, which is good. You can get hit with this. 3, 2, 1. A bit late for that. Oh well, never mind. Probably should have Reckless, but it's fine. Should have used the thing as well. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We get a health ring from that. It's an accessory that puts our damage up by a little bit, which is important.
Choo-choo.
Ferret Skin, thank you very much for 333 bits. I appreciate it. Gear Itchy. Health ring. Good menu. Actually, good menu. I usually mess that one up, even though it's a very easy menu. This is the set piece. This set piece right here, you need a piece of gear in every single slot to be able to get in here, but this set piece is massively RNG. This set piece is essentially what saves you or loses you all the time in the actual run in this chapter. So with Itchy, we want to 100% make sure we use Gyros Tones. Hopefully everyone is stunned. One person is not, which is this guy. I was hoping to get a double there, but that's just messed me up. That's not good. That's really not good. Namba's attack is slow, so I'm not going to use Namba. I'm hoping to hit the guy on the left as well with this, but it might not work. It did, good. Because with Adachi, I can just hit this guy. This guy is not resistant to Fizz. He's actually weak to it. That's the reason why I didn't go after him with Adachi the first time, because I knew I could just take him out with Adachi at the end of that. Here's our last world drop odd stone. We have the maximum amount of odd stones at this point, so we're in a very good position for Chapter 6 to drop us all the odd stones that we need. Now, the problem with this set piece is that there are 3 enemies in here that are boss-like enemies. This is the first. This is Ida. Ida has a special thing in the middle of this fight where he will summon backup. You would think that's slow. Actually, we want him to summon 1 round of backup. Good trip. If I can get a good Mega Swing here and just do good damage, this is nice. And that looks like a very beautiful double with Reckless. Good start. Very good start. So we need Ida to summon backup. This is going to make it so that Itchy gets enough EXP, not to level in this fight, but the fight after this one. Itchy's going to hit Ida with Titan Master Mayhem. He's now dead. Backup guy here dies to a round of Pyro Belch. And now for this guy, we just do as much damage as we can. I'm just going to do a normal attack because he's going to get up anyway. Nice follow-up. That's rare. That's decent. That should mean that Pyro Belch should kill this guy. Should. Yeah, just not. Good. Very nice. Very, very nice. Also, Epic Ranger, thank you for the 7 months. It's not turned up in the alerts yet, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Stream Elements has a little bit of a weird delay with some alerts for some reason. Don't worry, your resub will come through, I promise you. it's taking its time for some bizarre reason. We don't have to worry about Itchy's HP here. Depending on who starts the fight, depends on what we do in terms of moves. With Namba, we obviously Pyro Belch. This will hit at least 3 of them. Good stuff. 69. Nice. So because of that, Itchy levels, gets all his MP back for the fight after this one. Adachi will always level from this fight, even if you don't get the backup from Ida. But this now means everybody's at full HP and almost full MP for our second boss-like enemy. This pain in the ass right here, there's your resub. This pain in the ass is Kasiyama. Now, we want the good turn order here, which we have not started with. We use Gnarly Breath with Namba to get Kasiyama's defense down by 20%. Now, Kasiyama has a very unique thing in this fight where he guards every single attack from the front. So, ideally, we get the burn off with Pyro Belch. Shame. And now we want to do, with our last couple of attacks, at least a crit. That's not a crit, it's an opportune. From one of Itchy or Adachi. But we also do need the actual Pyro to land. If this works, then we can actually end this fight 1 turn early. It's a little rare that it does happen. That's not going to be enough damage, sadly. Yep. Even if we had the burn on, it wouldn't be enough, which is a shame. For the end of this fight, just get back to Itchy's turn and use Satinus. MP doesn't matter, we will be getting MP back after this fight. So we're going to leave via this door, we're going to get yeeted over to the other side of the compound. At which point there is a... Oh, wait. I actually hit it this time, good. For the most of these fights, we want Namba to start. Namba starting is good for us because we can get multiple people with Pyro Belch. Okay, hits the other guy as well, but it doesn't work. This won't kill, unfortunately. It'll just be off. If it was an opportune, it would. Attacking with Namba is a lot slower than attacking with your other party members, so you don't want to attack with Namba to end the fight if you can help it. It's a bit of a shame. Okay, so this is our last of our 3 boss enemies. This is Kikigawa, and in this fight, Kikigawa can kill Namba. That is a problem. We do not want Namba to die. If Namba dies, that's going to set us up really badly for the rest of this run, and we're going to have to rectify that. This is not good. Itchy's out of MP. Turn order's in a bad way, so I've got to wait for a second for him to stand up so that this doesn't miss. You know what? I'm just going to be reckless, still a little bit more damage. It's not ideal because it takes a while, but it's a little bit more damage. This is a very bad turn order. So for Itchy now, we need to use Batbuster. I'm just going to hold until Adachi's turn. Kill the Pyro that Itchy can kill on his turn. So, Kikigawa's supposed to do this early. He's supposed to get his attack up by 20%. He's then supposed to use a move called Cleave. That can actually kill Namba in 1 turn. Now, the problem is, as I said earlier, when you finish a fight, you get bond points, and those bond points go towards your Drink Link conversations. We need Namba's at a specific point, and you can only get that if Namba doesn't die. If Namba does die, there are ways to rectify it. Grab the map and grab this grenade. This grenade is going to be useful in Chapter 6. Now we carry on. We don't need to worry about HP or MP because there is a heal point for the last fight of this chapter. And that last fight is the biggest RNG fight in this chapter and the one that can literally lose you up to a minute, which it did in my PB. So I'm really hoping that we get a, excuse me, good bit of luck. That Tariner is a just in case. Yep. Very big just in case. But that's one of Namba's big death points now gone, which is good. This fight sucks. Again, I'm going to hope that Namba starts the fight. If Namba starts the fight, it's going to put him in a good position, and it's going to allow me to do a little bit of extra damage to Ida. The big thing to remember in this fight is that Ida now doesn't summon backup. Instead, Ida actually heals, which is bad. That's going to hit Ida as well, I hope not. Good. Didn't wake up Ida. That's the important thing. I do not want to wake up Ida. Please do not wake up Kasiyama either. That's the reason why I just normally attack there. It's because I do not want Ida to wake up. Ida waking up here would be bad. It's why I'm going to use push and shove to try and reapply the stun to Ida. Which it did. I'm going to wait because, again, I don't want to wake him up. Now we kill Ida. Pigeon Ray's actually a smarter choice here because he's weak to Fizz. With Adachi after Ichi, we have enough time to just use this into this. Kasiyama's going to wake up. Kasiyama has the ability to stun one of our party members. We want Kasiyama to stun Adachi. Reason being is that this combo right here allows a free opportune attack with Adachi, so we're only going to be attacking with Adachi anyway. This is really good. We have a good turn order. We have the right person taunted. This is going to be a very fast fight. The trouble is, Ichi's going to run out of MP after the next round of thingy. Tag Team Essence Mayhem. So, what we're going to do is we'll Pyro with an Amber. Do our final Tag Team Essence of Mayhem with Ichi. Free opportune attack with Adachi. Very nice. And we should have enough damage with one more round of Tag Team Essence of Mayhem into opportune to finish the fight. So what we'll do is we'll get Ichi's MP back, Tag Team Essence of Mayhem, and even though Adachi's coming out of it... Oh, god damn it. We actually got early agility. What I was trying to do was guard into his turn, because that would have ended the fight faster, but the guy decided to just throw me a really bad agility roll, which never happens. He would have died instantly to the burn. That's what I wanted to do, but I didn't realize I had 3 turns in a row. I should have just ended the fight normally, but I didn't expect to get all of my turns for his turn. Usually, at that point, you'll only get one person with an early agility roll, which is usually Ichi or Namba. This time it was everybody, which is very rare. Very, very rare. Still a good fight, but ended a bit slower than it should have done. That's going to save me about a minute. So as I said, there's where my minute of time save is going to come in from chapter 4. That's good. We're going to be pretty far ahead coming out of this chapter, which is nice. Could have been way more ahead, but I messed up. Fair enough. I will take the L on that one. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Good chapter. Good chapter. Which is what I was after. What Ichi was doing there with that turnaround, but you know. Well, hopefully everybody coming over from there is doing well today. We now get to go to chapter 5, which has also been massively changed in this new route. So, not too bad. Cool. Good gold. Good gold. So, I need to just remember the new changes to the route. If I do mess something up, you can change up the order a tiny bit. It's not too bad. But hopefully we will have a good chapter here as well. I had a decent chapter here in my PB. The rest of my time save is going to come from chapter 6 onwards. So, here's hoping. Here's hoping. We get our 4th party member. Sayako. Sayako is really bloody good. Really, really bloody good. Not yet. Sayako's going to start at a higher level than most of our party, but Sayako's weapon, by default, is really bad. We've got good weapons on Ichi, Namba, and Adachi. The vast majority of your damage in this game comes from your weapon. So, we're going to start and hopefully hit everybody with Pyro Belch here. The rare Sayako ends to a fight. You can see that she doesn't do as much damage as everybody else does. Part-time hero. This guy acts like Kasiyama. He guards every attack from the front. Bastard. He can also end the run. That sounds a little weird. This man can end the run. if he just hits Itchy multiple times in a row, which he can do, you will die. Now, unfortunately, with actually going late, I'm going to have to Reckless, because again, he attacks from the front. So, unfortunately, I have to do moves that will go through his guard, which is Reckless. It would be nice if I got my perfect guards off, because that would make getting back to my turn a lot quicker. And into the Itchy. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's an average part-time hero fight. It's just, it is what it is. You'd ideally have Adachi get a bit faster than that, but it's rare that ever happens. Now, part-time hero is actually your completion list for this game. So even in the speedrun, it takes us an hour to unlock the completion list. Now, the nice thing about the game is that it records everything you've been doing in the background. So it does give us our achievements for taxing around. The style and the intellect. We used to use that style to open up a toilet. Trust me on this one. We don't use it to open up the toilet anymore, but we do want, as I said earlier, certain parameters upgraded so that we can get certain jobs for Itch that you'll see in this chapter. So we're just going to move the story on here. If Itchy's HP was low here, I would probably heal Itchy as a just in case, but Itchy has full HP, so it's fine. MP-wise is also fine, because with Itchy, we're going to be starting this fight off with Gary Buster Holmes. This is one of the reasons why we wanted to do the sub-story earlier, was so that we had enough money to do all these summons. I like it when Itchy is first, because that also means that Sayako gets a free opportune attack on someone. Forgot that's the guy that resists that. Guo is awake, which I do not like. Guo is very nasty. I'll go for Guo, actually. I want Guo dead. Yeah, no more Toilet Casino. This is a very fast new route. Okay, this guy is now up. Won't be up for long. That should kill him. You need to use Pyro Belch on Guo here. Everyone here is actually resistant to Tag Team Essence of Mayhem, but this guy is weak to fire. So you want to make sure that the highest HP guy there gets Pyro Belch. That was a slow fight. That was not a fast fight, which is a shame. Now, despite the fact that Sayako just joined us, she's going to disappear for about 5 minutes. Well, not that long. She's going to disappear for 2-3 minutes. So, if Namba has died during the previous chapter, we need to get more bond points on him, and we can do that right now. That's the wrong taxi spot. Good shit. You don't have that much money spare, so you don't want to do bad taxis like this. Plus, also, it's losing me time. You need to be very careful when it comes to money. You have one mistake you can make, and that's my one mistake. So, when we run to the blacksmith, and again, as I said, your weapon's your big damage point in this game, so obviously the blacksmith is important. Outside of the blacksmith is a bond link conversation between Namba and everybody else, which, as you can see, gives you points for Namba. You have enough time to get it before you get in here anyway, which is why we do it, because the next fight is also a fight that can kill Namba off, which would be bad. We obviously want the taxi outside of Samir's, because we'll be coming back here multiple times, including in this chapter. But we're going to be heading back to the restaurant where Sayako is infiltrating to get her back in the party and also get to our next boss fight. You'll recognize this guy. Back for round 2, it's Zeng. And Zeng has a couple of new tricks up his sleeve, and they're all pretty nasty. This is the first, the defensive stance. The defensive stance is going to have Zeng counter anybody who hits him, unless it's certain attacks, like Pyro Bench. This is the nicest of Zeng's new toys. The other one is an upgrade to Stare Down. It is Liu Mang's Glare. I don't know what the stairs right now. You want to use Mega Swing here to, hopefully, I want to do Zeng there, not this guy, but that's fine. Because Sayako is the one that takes care of the ads. That's fine. Again, that's fine. We're just going to hit him with our best single targets. And it looks like we have good turn order, because obviously, as you can probably tell from the previous chapter, Pyro Belch, Tag Team, Opportune. Now, we really do not want Zeng to use his other little skill. If Zeng uses his other little skill, that's going to lose us an insane amount of time. Thankfully, it's not that. We're not going to attack with Sayako, because Sayako will not do enough damage to kill him, but the difference between Pyro Belch and Tag Team will. Nice. Interesting but sharp side. But Zhang's upgraded fear is Liu Mang's glare. It is fear for the entire party, and yes, it can hit everybody. It can cost you an insane amount of time. If everybody but Sayako gets hit, all your damage options are gone. Which, yes, that's happened in a lot of runs in the past for me. Thankfully, I didn't use it this time around, which is good. Still need that the bronze glitch. We do not give Namba any presents for bonds, so yes, we do still need to get Namba's points up. Here is where the new Chapter 5 route comes into play. Nancy is dead. No more Nancy. Nancy has been banished from the speedrun. Instead, it is all about the Illusion Supremacy, so we will not be doing any of the Nancy stuff in this chapter. But we will be going here to get introduced to LAD's other big gameplay mechanic, the job system. We will be changing jobs during this run. You'll be seeing that job through the entirety of the run. And we will also be changing one person's job right now. As I said, she gets very strong early on. It is, of course, Sayako, who you can have... You know, when you unlock the jobs, this unlocks a very big, long chain of quests for Part-Time Hero. So, we're going to go to Part-Time Hero to start this big, long chain of quests. I'm going to open this safe here. This is a weapon for Sayako's new class. Now, the damage that it does is exactly the same damage that her current one does. The only differences are that, one, it has the element of water attached to it, and more importantly, it's upgradable. As I said, all of your weapons are your big source of damage in this game, so you want to grab yourself as many upgradable weapons as possible. Master Chief, thank you very much for the tier 1. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well tonight. You do Foreman for itchy? No. Foreman bad. But, yes we do. Sounds stupid, you'll see. So, we now have to go and find all of the cats. All of the cats have escaped from Part-Time Heroes. By getting all the cats, we get a reward of 1 million yen, and a second quest for one final cat that gives us another million yen, but also gives us one of the strongest damaging helmets in the entire game that we'll be using all the way until the final boss. So in total, we will be getting, in this chapter, 2 million yen. And we're going to be spending about 1.7 million of it. Actually, we might be spending about 1.9 million. We spend a lot of it now. So, if Namba has died twice in the run, you need to do another... That's a bad fight spawn. You need to do another bond link conversation. It is actually on that path, on that pavement right there. Trouble is, with that fight spawn, you have to go around it. I can't do the quick way through the station either. This sucks. Two of the worst fight spawns you could get in this chapter. That really sucks. That really sucks, actually. Please no light fight spawn. That's bad. I'm going to risk it. I hate risking this one. This one sucks. I hate risking that one. That one really sucks. We carry on with the story here. We grab the taxi because we need a taxi in this chapter and a couple of other chapters like chapter 13. We're going to be pushing on the story because that's going to change it to nighttime, but also push us to the other side of the station, which is what we want. We need money. As I said, money is quite tight. I've already made one taxi mistake as well, so what we need to do is go to the ATM and withdraw all the money from chapter 1. Or chapter 1 and 2. We need to be very careful of fight spawns as we come out here, because if we get a specific fight spawn, it's going to cause us problems, which we haven't got here, thankfully. Run over here, turn around, and you can see there is indeed a Kappa statue. Turn around. We're going to go down the alleyway where we got the weapons earlier, because you might be able to hear it. There it is. Kicking up a fuss. It is a cat. We're now going to be heading over to Restaurant Row, where there is another cat. Thankfully, this one is not in the story-locked position. It is just outside of it. The Kappa statues, you might be wondering why we're not finishing those off this chapter. We physically can't. There is a Kappa statue locked to chapter 6, and there is a Kappa statue locked to chapter 7. Chapter 7 is the earliest at which you can actually... I did the wrong menu. Wah. got confused again. Chapter 7 is the earliest that you can fully finish off the Kappa statues. But we're now going to be carrying on with the story. We basically change around a lot of the order of things that we do in this chapter. So we're doing this. We used to do this near the end. We now do this at the very beginning. We're going to be getting into a fight with good old Bleach Japan. So depending on who starts, Namba or Sayako, we want to get Okuno if possible because this guy has a lot of HP. Ichi summons Gary. Good bonus. Adachi can take care of the other guy, so we'll make sure that we take care of this guy with Sayako. And this should make it so that Namba is the first attack in the next phase. This is Kume. Everybody hates Kume, but in the speedrun, we actually love Kume, because Kume is weak to every attack in the video game. Oops. So hopefully this gets both. I want Kume dead. Somebody low damage rolled. Gonna hit this guy, so I hit everybody here. Good stuff. That's why I want to hit the guy in the middle. And with that, story-wise, we're going to get introduced to a very big, long minigame. But more importantly than that, we're going to get introduced to this lady here. This is Eri, and she is the strongest character in this video game. I am not kidding when I say that. She is a completely optional character. We are going to be unlocking her. Eri, in total, is going to save us something like 20 to 45 minutes. I shit you not. Eri is that good. So, this is the business minigame. We start off with a tutorial to show that the business is failing. They don't know how to run their business properly. And we as Ichi are going to come in and change this business. So, in order to get Eri unlocked, we need to get to rank 100. And we're going to get to rank 100 in the least amount of input and the quickest amount of time possible. And it's actually very, very easy to do that. You can do it yourself. So, go back into the business minigame. We have to do the first part correctly and then watch what I do. Pay very close attention. Assign the right people to the right places. So, Tomei, Omelette. We're going to be selling our 2 wage burners here that we don't use, despite the fact that we could use them in the shell meetings. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Congratulations, that's it. That's all you have to do. Ichiban Confections as a starting building is very, very overpowered. It is ridiculously strong. By doing this, this allows us to earn a lot of profit. And this will get us to rank 100 in the quickest way possible. The only thing we have to worry about now are the shareholder meetings and one specific thing in between each business round, which we'll get into when we come back to the business minigame in about a minute's time. You can mess up the first bit there and not accidentally, don't start skip that bit. You can mess up the start of the business section there and not accidentally upgrade and still be okay, provided you do it before the shareholder meeting. Because I've done that in the past. So, if you played this game casually, you know at this point you can actually finish the chapter at this point. We're still going to be here for about 30 minutes, because we're going to set ourselves up, about 20 minutes-ish, we're going to set ourselves up for the early to mid-game. Everything that we're about to do is for the actual run itself. We're going to run along here because we obviously want to get a cat. Now, in this section, we're going to be paying close attention to fight spawns. If we can get specific fight spawns, we're going to take them. We need to take 1 fight spawn so that we can get Gary off of cooldown. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get a fight spawn, so for the rest of this chapter, I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on fight spawns. And if I can get a good fight spawn, I will run into it because we have to run away from the fight to make sure we get Gary off of cooldown for the next fight. Employees, recruits. Nishio, Master Sasoka. Make everybody happy. Shareholder meeting change board, you for you, and begin. This is how to do the shareholder meetings very quickly. Follow and watch along. Start with the angry guy. Hit them with a weakness, and then finish them with unlock. Wait a little bit for the last guy in case we need a couple of points. Patience for the fat cat. We're going to use our skill to get our points back and do a little bit of damage. You can go straight into him after you're done. Hit with unlock once, and then you can hit with Nishio. Because you have the extra damage bonus from hitting his weakness once, the Nishio will do enough with his 175 persuasiveness to get rid of him. So that's the first shareholder meeting. That's going to be the exact same as the second shareholder meeting. It's the last shareholder meeting that's problematic. That's where the rules change. But for now, we're just going to be in the business minigame for about 8 to 10 minutes, and we're just going to do it to unlock Eri. So, the only important thing is you'll get random pop-ups. I should probably plug in the controller for this bit. Oh, and plug on the Christmas tree lights. Hold on a second. Finally plug in the Christmas tree lights. Yay! Happy Christmas! Hooray! So, the only things to worry about in between every round of the business section is when your staff ask for contract upgrades. Give it to them. Do not take any contracts. You do not need them. And we now want to hope that we get as little pop-ups in between the rounds as possible. It's complete RNG. We will either go fast or we'll go slow. Simple as that. Magic Loafers, thank you very much for the 5 months. I'm doing alright, actually. I'm still recovering from COVID, but it's not going too badly. I used my controller in the last run without charging it, so at some point, this controller dies in this run. So, I feel like it's important to plug it in now while I can before, you know, the run dies. Because this is the nice bit where I just get to chill, I get to speak to chat, I get to ask how you're all doing, I get to ask you all and hope your day is going well. Because the last half of this chapter is very complicated and very detailed and very, very terrifying, let me tell you. So somewhere I get to have a drink and refill my throat. Lots of contracts, don't like that. Lots of contracts. Ew. Ew. But yes, I do hope that everybody is doing well today. Hopefully you're all having a good time of it. Hopefully you're all doing pretty good. Amazing. This is horrible. Freezer dies, that sucks. If any of your staff members ask for a contract upgrade, give it to them. Or take care of them before the shareholder meeting. And again, this shareholder meeting is exactly the same as the first one. This has been a very slow business section so far, which is a shame. Love it when that happens. It's so satisfying. Not a good start. So as you can see, Master Sasuoka is here to break barricades. Again, we'll do our skill, and then we'll go into to the final one afterwards. Jambalaya with sausage and chicken. Good shit. Sounds really nice. I've got myself... If you're 117 or 116 here, you're in the right position to get 100. So you're doing good at this point. So you are okay. Okay, if I can have no pop-ups for this last round, that would be perfect. I've actually got a really nice... I posted it on Twitter before. I have a really nice chicken stew made up at the moment. So it's a thin chicken broth. It's got chicken, obviously. Potatoes, carrots, broccoli, leek, and... What was the other thing? Carrots. I hate carrots, and yet I like it. It's very good. It's got a lot of things that I would normally bitch and moan about before, but now I am eating a lot healthier. No. Can I stop getting pop-ups, please? This is a very slow business section. This sucks. This is not good. Get the laser. Nope. All sub-stories, yes. Any percent, no. Because it would take literally like 30 minutes to get the laser, and it's not worth it. It is absolutely not worth it. We'll try speedrunning this game. I recommend it. It's one of the better Yakuza runs. There's not that many of them left. If you want a good Yakuza speedrun to do, you have a... Fuck off, Jesus, that's a lot of pop-ups. This sucks. This is a terrible business minigame. If you want a good Yakuza run to do, your choices are K1, K2, OG1, OG2, 3, 5, 6, LED. Ken-san? Ken-san's good. Go away. Holy shit. Ken-san's good. Zero, not new route. Old route, yes. New route, no. 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 Terrible. Zero is fucking garbage. Zero is the worst run out of all of them. The No Tiger and Dragon route is good. Fist of the North Star, I'm gonna ban you. That's my response to that. Listen, I should warn you now. I should warn you, there is a chat at the bottom left of the screen. Everyone can see your transgressions now, you know. Everyone knows who you are. So this is the final shell meeting. This is different, and it's very important not to mess this one up. I've already messed this one up. That is bad. I am down on points, which is very, very bad. I have to go for this guy first. At least I didn't mess up too bad. I only messed up with Omelette, but I've got to wait here now. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. So you'll see that I am using Tomei to end every single instance of this now instead of Omelette. This is gonna be very close. I should be enough, yeah. A little bit of a delay, but still fine. Yikes. Yikes. It's going so fast, Norse, you just asked. Interesting. How's the Dead Souls run? How's playing Dead Souls casually? There's your answer. There you go. There you go. It's not great. I have an appreciation for Dead Souls thanks to speedrun because you spend no time playing the video game. That's the best thing you could say about it. At least I remembered where I'm going this time. I'm definitely getting the route more in my head. Now, this fight spawn sucks because it's in the way, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this sub-story. We don't do the sub-story, but starting the sub-story does get rid of the fight spawn. I hate trying to take the picture of this cap statue. Bad fight spawn should be fine. Because we're going up here for this old cat that you just heard. Really bad fight spawn. That one's been turning up a bit more today. Not happy about that. I'm going to jump down here. We're going to start the second-hand shop sub-story now, which we're going to be finishing in Chapter 12. This is the reason why if we got plates from, obviously, the vending machines, it wouldn't actually be too good. I need to get my shopping list ready. We start with pansies, though, correct? Yes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. This is the nice, easy shopping list out of the entire bloody chapter. I like this one. It's easy to remember. There's a pattern to it. It's good. We're going to buy some flowers here for part-time heroes, missions, and a small little glitch we're doing. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Need those mysterious seeds. They're very important. I'm keeping an eye on fight spawns here. This fight spawn is an okay one. It's the fight spawn after this one that worries me. But with this one here, that might mean I have a good shot of just going straight to the taxi. We need this taxi over here, but there is sometimes a fight spawn that occurs in front of it. Thankfully, this one was close enough that it didn't. I didn't want to go this way, but I can go this way. We're going to be heading to Chinatown, which has some of the highest concentrations of fight spawns in this entire game, which sucks. So I have to pay very close attention to the actual game here for a second. Minimap. We're going to be grabbing this taxi here. This is also one of the most used taxis in the run. And I'm going to be hoping for a good set of fight spawns. Oh, I hate trying to get this taxi from this angle. Sucks. It's losing me time as well. fight spawn. Okay, we're good. The fight spawn is late here. That one's fine, because we're only going up to this cat. Should be the pharmacy stuff after this. If it's not, I can just fit the pharmacy stuff in here anyway, but it should be pharmacy stuff. It is. Good. Fantastic. Yeah, my memory for this part is kicking in really good. That's nice. And then it's the bond stuff after this. Very, very nice. Okay, so we're buying a couple of things here. We're going to be buying ourselves 2 paralysis poultices, 2 mental supplements, 2 first aids, yep, 1 plant stamina, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 these days, and 37 iron super X. Dart Airstrike. Okay. So, this is the point where we need to do all of our bond conversations. This is also where we unlock Eri, which is good. So, for Eri, we'll be doing X, same one as always. Yeah, skip a little bit of dialogue here, I keep forgetting. This looks like a skippable cutscene. It's not a skippable cutscene. But this is the last story cutscene that Eri is in, and it is skippable. Charisma gets to level 2, that's going to go towards unlocking a job. We need to get to level 3, which we'll get from being here. Namba is now circle circle instead of circle X. So, as you probably guessed. Actually, I'm okay with speaking to the bartender first, because Namba's hitbox is stupid and it gets in the way. Now, Namba. Good. So, circle circle. Skip a tiny bit. Skip once. Soon as Sayako turns up, skip the rest. Charisma and Style, as I said, we need those. Now, Sayako doesn't have enough bond points, which is a bit of a problem. But we have flowers for Sayako. And here's the thing. Watch this. Take a look at the right-hand side. Notice how by pausing and skipping the cutscene, it's actually increasing her bond points exponentially. That is the bond point glitch. Suckle. The bond point glitch basically makes it so that you double up your points every time you skip that cutscene. You can do it in every version of the game. And that gets Sayako up. We get Charisma up to what we need. And now I leave. Oops. For some reason I kept thinking there's a cutscene there. It is good to see the second run. Yeah, you're right. Plant your seeds. And now we run. What's in here after this? What's in here after this? Our final cat. Wanting to get into the club. If we've done everything right, it's the final cat. Namba leaves for Eri, and then Adachi leaves for Namba, because Namba is now an extended part of this run. It used to be that Adachi would stay in the party and Namba would go and disappear for the rest of the game, but not anymore. Not anymore. I need to get my big shopping list ready, because we gotta go fast. If you get the cutscene, you've done it correctly. We then get asked to get one final cat. Its name is Robson, and it's over at the top right part of the map. So the highest part of the map, apparently, it's really not, but you know, whatever. Now we have a very big, long shopping list. If you're a new runner and you don't have that odd stone, kill that man over there. They drop odd stones. Very useful. Nadeko, tier 1 for 22, I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good evening tonight. So, time to go shopping. 10 of you. 24. 18 of you. Oops, that's way too many. Ragged cloth, I need 5. That's whatever. Bit cloth, 18. Beautiful, I need 23. A metal wire, oh wait, yeah, metal wire I need 20 of, so I'm going to make sure I just buy a little less, because I've messed up a couple of purchases and a taxi. Sturdy, 51. Fine, 45. Cloudy, 22. Clear, 36, which makes sure it's 41, which it will be. Immaculate, 34, make sure it's 36, which it is. Temper, 27 for 28, good. Sturdy, We need 15. Bad menu right now. 23 dull. 9 gleaming. Thick hide. 13 to make sure it's 20, which it is. Smooth 20. High end leather 8. Shit. Full grain 2. Oh, Jesus Christ. I know that's 2. Fucking idiot. Holy shit.
いらっしゃいませ。
38 daikon. My menu is really bad today. 11 tomato. 61 hot peppers, because I could do a really hot meal right now. 50 potatoes. Potatoes are good for ya. 53 onion. 72 garlic. 7 mushroom. 13 carrot.
ありがとうございました。
Capistachio. And of course, the ever elusive and wonderful. Oops. At which point we get the reward. So back over to part-time hero. One, 2, 10, 2, 10, 1. 1, 2, 10, 2, 10, 1. 1, 2, 10, 2, 10, 1. 1, 2, 10, 2, 10, 1. 1, 2, 10, 2, 10, 1. Hey, Ice Cream, it's a long list, and it's important not to mess any part of it up. If I've messed any part of it up, this run is over. And you see that I was down to 5,000 yen. So you can see how very close money is in this run. So I almost messed up quite badly. Bar. 1, 2, 10, 2, 10, 1. 1, 2, 10, 2, 10, 1. 1, 2, 10, 2, 10, 1. 1, 2, 10, 2, 10, 1. Got our fruits. We need these. 1, 2, 10, 2, 10, 1. No, not Namba. Jesus Christ. Fuck off.
いらっしゃい。
I hate Namba so much. 1, 2, 10. Oy, oy, oy. 2, 10.
Arigato.
Vending machines. Need a couple more things before we're done with this chapter. We need a weapon for Ichi, his upgradable weapon. We also need a couple of things from the vending machines. Oh, fuck you. What a bad fight spell set. Son of a bitch. Wait, that's my one fight. Actually, no, that's good. That's my one fight for Gary. Wait, no, that's good. Wait, no, that's good. Wait, no, that's actually good. Oh, shit. Never mind. Actually, I needed that fight. I just realized. That's actually a good thing. So 5 Master Soda, 5 Kwami Drink, 1 Mineral Water. That's good, actually. Hey, note to self, you can go straight to Part-Time Hero Lady. Remember that. Sparkling. Oops. And this is where we find out whether the shop we did earlier was correct or not. Bit lucky. Okay, so I've got to concentrate on this for a second. Fun sport, 200,000 yen. Okay, so we craft weapons at this point. So we make ourselves the steel broom. Light bandages. Light roller. I'll take yellow. Oops. Strengthen bandages by 1. Oops, pouch by 3. Oh, buttons, if you want to work, that'd be great. Yikes. Okay, so now we're going to do our next job change, and it's going to be for Ichi, because we should have all of the charismatic stuff that we need to be able to get him to his 2 jobs. So we're going to start by changing him to foreman, and then immediately changing to host. You can be reach Japan today, because run bad. Now I need to go to a specific place, so hold on a second. Start fighting, right? 1, 2, 3. Yep, good. Actually, remember to go the right way this time. Yes! Nice! So, we go to Foreman very briefly, because it gives us the cross-class skill demolish. This is going to allow us to open up certain hidden shops. First of all, we speak to the part-time hero lady. Hand over everything. You can see the cap statue ahead of us. That got us the tarot cards, which is good. Statue. It's 7, right? Yeah, 7. Go in here. We're going to be speaking to this lovely lady here. We want 7 gold safe keys. We want all the smoke bombs we can get. Yes, please. 2 gambler's ties and 2 fancy business cards. One of which we equip over the MP belt. Not the other one. Yeah, cancel equipping my team. Adachi, optimize. Jesus Christ. Eri, optimize. Sayako, you... Namba, optimize, so you can get your fucking new weapon this time. Dickhead. And then you get the Toy Bracelet, and then Ichi should be fine. And then we just get out of the chapter. Ew. Bad menu. Ew. But that should be everything. Bad fight spawn. It's a shame, because I could have ran into that for Gary, but I already have my Gary fight. So we don't need that. I think I lose a little bit of time looking at my splits. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Alright, so Eri needs a little bit of persuasion to get to the next level, so we give her a Kiwami drink. Then we're going to be guarding until Ichi's turn. Gary Buster Holmes. And now we guard until Eri, who does rolling kick. Psycho to start? Ew. That's a weird one. So with Psycho starting, we're going to have to change this up a tiny bit. Hopefully Ichi goes after Psycho, otherwise we're in trouble. Good. So I'm going to hit the Sparking Cannon to begin with. Usually you would wait until after Ichi does Robson, but Psycho's got very high agility right now. Robson. And this should finish. Cool. Okay. Not the quickest. We had a very bad business section as well. Could have been worse at least, but... I'm actually somehow saving time. I'm kind of surprised at that. I can save way more time in that chapter. We had a very bad business section. I had a terrible business section. There wasn't much we could do about that, unfortunately. So, you want to work at your day off. That's true. It's true. Enjoy your day off. Very much enjoy your day off. Now, we have to hope for another bit more grenade luck here. If you remember earlier in the run, we had to have good grenade luck, and Namba almost took a grenade up the arse for the second time today. We need to grenade Yan to start this fight, and we are hoping to hit all the ads as well. Reason being is that the ads will go down to the grenade, Yan will go down to 1 hit remaining, Vengeful Swing is his slowest thing that he can do, and then we stacks that. It's a little unfortunate, but still not the worst because we obviously got everybody with a grenade. So, with this, we are going to go over to Eri, and we are going to put on her new skills. So Rolling Kick and Thumbtack Scatter. And we're going to carry on. Now, we're going to be grabbing a little bit of solo target healing here, because solo target healing is exceptionally rare to get in the run, and solo target healing can save your ass in the end game. It really can. So... we start with Thumbtack Scatter, please. The ideal version of Thumbtack is missing the guy at the back, this guy, because then he won't counter with this. Sayako pre-Ichi, I hate this. Stop this. That makes it slow. Yikes. And now comes the painful part of this chapter. This chapter is very, very RNG based. Now, we need to run away from every single fight in this chapter. The problem with that, as you saw earlier, is that it's all based on positioning. Now, this can be a good thing or a bad thing. Certain characters don't need as much space as other characters to run away from fights. Eri, not only is she fast, but she is fucking phenomenal at escaping from fights. Now, unfortunately, this isn't going to work for every fight. As you saw earlier, we can have it where the game says you don't have enough room, despite the fact that clearly Eri has enough room. Thankfully, Eri's on fire already. We like to see that. It is actually a lot harder to run away from these fights than it looks, as you'll probably find out with this one. Eri's going to teleport forward here for sure, because she's all the way back in the other room. This works. If it doesn't work, I'm going to use Smoke Bomb. Now, key thing is, in this chapter, you want to escape from this chapter with at least 5 Smoke Bombs, 4 at a minimum. There is 3 fights, or there's actually, yeah, there's a couple of fights. There's actually 5 fights that you need to, or 4 fights, I should say, Jesus Christ, that you need to smoke bomb away from. And that is the reason why we want smoke bombs. Now, something else that needs to be mentioned for the fight after this one. Because we're in the sewers, there's a lovely little audio glitch where everything is louder than it should be. I'm warning you right now to turn your volume down for the next fight. If the next fight goes well and goes down in 1 hit, it's going to be loud. If it goes down in 1 hit to a crit, it's going to be even louder. Turn your volume down right now. This is your last warning. There's going to be 3 fights in here that are like this. If this finishes in 1 turn or crits, it's going to be very loud. Turn your volume down now. I get this 20 decibels louder than you, or 10 decibels louder than you do. Fucking hell! Would crit on the last fucking hit, wouldn't it? Ugh. I get that 10 decibels louder than you do. It fucking hurts. There is nothing I can do about that. Keep your volume lowered for the next fight. The next fight isn't as bad because there's only 3 enemies, but again, if Eri decides that she wants to crit, and we're critting quite a lot today, then it's going to be loud again. God. She's literally the harbinger of destruction. Look at her. She's amazing. Fucking hell! Okay, I don't know how many odd stones I got from that, but it should have been enough. Now, there's one more fight on this floor that we can avoid. Not have to run from, but actively avoid. It's very hard to do. Eri's in a weird position. This might not work. Surprised that worked, because she was right next to the wall. Very surprised that worked. The next fight can be avoided. It's a very, very acute angle to do this. It's very hard to do, and I've been messing it up lately. So I'm going to have to make sure that I do it correctly this time. Fucked up already. Nope, got it. That is very hard to do. That's one of the hardest fight avoidances in the entire run, but doing that saves you a good 10 to 15 seconds. Like, it is very, very fast to do that, and saves you probably using a smoke bomb. So, not too bad. There's a fight here that's very easy to avoid. You just want to make sure you don't bump off this tarp. So, let me talk about avoiding fights. When you bounce off of a wall, you saw it there, that Itchy kind of staggered a little bit in one direction. That is what we like to call displacing your hitbox. What it does is it displaces your hitbox in a really weird angle. It displaces it in the direction that you're going. Now that will put your hitbox into the hitbox of the fight. Now, remember what I said earlier? You can manually target to tell the game where you want to run away from. I just said to the game, I want to manually run away from that enemy in a parallel direction. That's how I knew I could escape from that fight. Eri was next to a wall, so if I tried to run originally, she would have run into the wall. So I knew that by basically manually aiming Eri's escape there, that I would 100% get away from that. This one is a bit of a rough one to escape from, so I might just use a smoke bomb, to be honest. Yeah, she's in a bad place because you can see there's the garbage behind her. Now, let's talk about smoke bomb rules, because this is something that I didn't mention earlier. Smoke bombs are a guaranteed 100% escape from a fight. Except when they're not. And you might be thinking, oh god, how the hell do smoke bombs have a chance of missing? Smoke bombs work on the basis that you can see your enemy. If Eri is behind a wall, for example, and uses a smoke bomb, it won't work. Smoke bombs need vision of the enemy to fully work. It's a little weird, but as long as you follow that rule and make sure that you use a smoke bomb only when in vision of the enemy, you are guaranteed an escape from a fight. This one's a little weird. It either works or doesn't work. Didn't work, so that's fine. With Nanda after Itchy, I will just run to save my smoke bomb. And now, very importantly, we want to grab the safe that's in the corner of this room. This is a magical hat. Goes on Sayako immediately. Yes, it did actually fail once when we saw the enemy as well. We're not sure why. I think it was because I was too close to the enemy, which is a weird one, but it's one of those things. It's just weird. So, if Eri's ever behind a wall, even if she has a low chance of escaping, I'll either guard with her to get to Itchy, or I'll just keep and try the escape anyway. lower your volume for the final time. This one is a lot harder to pull off, but again, it can be very loud. And again, obviously, I'm hoping it works, because I would like to, you know, get out of this fight early. Did not work, so the guy survived. Keep an eye on the odd stones out of this fight. Way more than enough. Way more than enough, which is good. So, if you've ever seen the old route, you know that Adachi would usually be here for this fight. Adachi is not his powerful class, which means that he is going to be not in this fight. He doesn't have his good weapon either like the old route, so he would not do anywhere near the damage. That's not going to work. Yeah. With nobody after Ichi, I'm 100% using a smoke bomb. If basically there's no one after your party member, use a smoke bomb. Do not let the enemy take a turn. It is just slow. That's probably the only escape that was really bad so far in this run. So I'm okay with what's happened so far. This isn't too bad. Now, thankfully, yes, Namba has his weapon today. I didn't mess up today, so we're not going to lose too much time from this, thankfully. That's basically referring to the last run. That should not have worked. That's referring to the last run we did 2 days ago, where I didn't have Namba's Steel Broom on him for this next upcoming fight, and we didn't do enough damage. Hearing is for the weak, exactly. That's the one thing that really weirded me out when I got COVID. The biggest problem that I had body-wise, I mean, obviously the lung problem was the worst thing, but the weirdest thing that happened that I wasn't expecting, my eyesight went completely to shit. Completely. Like, my eyes went really blurry. I had to wear my glasses, and even then, my eyes were still blurry. Like, COVID really messed my eyes up. Thankfully, they're obviously better now. You can avoid this fight by sticking to the right early on here. And then cutting this corner. Very nice, very nice. But yeah, COVID messed my eyes up. It's really weird. I was not expecting that at all. Thankfully now it's just the lungs, which are a lot better, and obviously the fatigue. Fatigue is terrible. Holy shit. Fatigue is a problem. This usually fails, because the invisible wall is right there. Eri's done good at her escapes today, so I'm very happy so far. Make sure I got the, Nice. She's done a very good job so far. This has been a very good Chapter 6. Been a very, very good Chapter 6, which makes me very happy. Because my Chapter 6s recently have not been good. We're not done yet, obviously, but so far so good. That's not gonna work. It did work. Holy shit, Eri, you're the best. Like, legitimately the best. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Alright, so the felt hat is to guarantee that we can one-turn the crane. You can one-turn the crane without it, but it's required to get Sayako a high damage roll. With the hat, it makes it so you don't need a high damage roll. So without Adachi, here's what we do. It's very similar to what we did before. Rolling kick. Taxi Masters of Mayhem. Pigeon. Much more damage than before, like 10 whole damage per pigeon. And Sparkling. This is going to get Yan out of the excavator and start phase 2. This is where things change up a tiny bit again. First of all, we obviously want to make sure that we Kiwami Drink with Eri because she needs that EXP still. With Ichi, Tag Team Master Mayhem. Sayako, Sparklings. You need to Sparkling now instead of Opportune. And thankfully that leaves Namba to Pilot. And that's the end of the fight. There we go. Good stuff. With that, that's the set piece over. That set piece is just a little too long in general. We're now going to go over to the blacksmith to do a couple of weapon upgrades. Because we can obviously get Ichi's weapon upgraded, and we can get the weapon upgraded for Eri for the next chapter. Which is very, very important. Has there been any front-running rockets lately? Nope, but we had Namba take a grenade up the asshole today. Good shit. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've had to, it's been a while since I've had to actually, reset for an amber grenade up the bum. Yeah, if you're wondering, the achievement for Dick there is for getting free weapons for the detective class. Dick being, you know, slang for private eye, etc. Cough. Again, they had fun with the localization of this video game, and I am here for it. Good. Good menus. Good menus. But you get achievements for getting certain number of weapons, unique weapons, for each of your classes. Short for Richard, yeah, poor Richard. This might not work, so I'm actually gonna smoke bomb. Usually you would have Itchy after Eri, but I didn't there. Usually you don't want to smoke bomb that, but I don't want to risk that escape not working, because this has been a good chapter so far. So I'm gonna make sure that it goes correctly. Speaking of going correctly, fuck this fight. With Namba now, things get a little worse. So, contact the guy with the large HP bar. That's the important part. Make sure you tag team him. I'm gonna set fire to the guy with the most HP. Oh, I could have got a double there. That sucks. And then obviously just attack the side because this man's dead. Did you see it? Before you move here, stop, camera out, turn left. Damn it. Kappa statue. Make sure you get the actual picture. You have to move left a little bit. We're going to open up the secondhand shop here, where we're going to do a little bit of a different menu than we did back in the day. We're going to open up here, and we're going to get superpower rings for Eri. And Adachi. Oh, I do not want to equip it. And, yep. We're going to get a magic bracelet for Sayako, and another one. We're going to get ourselves the military insoles for Itchy, which we put over that. Yes, and that's it. You have gold safe keys. I never thought he had gold safe keys. Interesting. Oh, okay. Fair enough. For this fight, thumbtack the guy with the big HP bar. It's important. Everyone else doesn't matter, because everyone else goes down to Gary Buster Holmes. And Pyro Belch, the last guy who's alive. Actually, Sparking would have been quicker. I'm not sure I want to say that with any confidence. I think it would have been about the same. I think Sparking would have been a tiny bit faster. But because it was the whole of Namba's Pyro, I think Sparking would have been a tiny bit faster. This fight, again, we need a little bit of persuasion on Eri to get to the next level, so we're going to give her another Kumami drink. Itchy is going to use Guro Rolton. I don't know if Pyro finishes, but I know Sparking is fast after that last conversation. And that is the chapter. And as I said, I had a good bit of time save in this chapter. Thank fuck. There we go. That's better. Holy shit, is that ever better. Chapter 7. This is where we're going to make Eri into the powerhouse that she is. So, I need to make sure that I also put Eri's shoes on Itchy. So, we're going to be going over to Hello Work. This is also where the Illusion route really changes things up. So, as I said, we need to do a job change. I'm going to be bringing Adachi back into the fold. Namba's now going to bugger off for half of the run. So, Adachi, you become Enforcer. You can be on this ship. Okay. Gear, Itchy, you need to put on Eri's shoes. Party, obviously, Namba goes out for Adachi. And we now go and head over to the story, over to the Komi Jewel area. But we're taking a detour. We're taking a big detour. It's time to meet the washed-up Korean superstar himself. It is time for Illusion. There he is, in the corner. He's like a hobo now. I can't remember if I have to leave here or not, but we are now going to taxi away to Bar District, and we're going to go to Bar Rodriguez, which is where Illusion is basically living away his life at the moment. mean to go backwards there. I almost could have spawned in a fight spawn, which would have been bad. Cutscene skip and then mash. Illusion! He's hit himself on hard times. We're going to attack with Eri. And then Titan Messer. Man's weak to getting hit with a bloody ruler. Won't be too fair. So, we're now going to get it taken to the top right-hand part of the map, where we have to have a conversation with Illusion and remember that his name is Illusion. So as soon as it gets back to Ichi's turn, there we go. You can skip the rest of this. Speak to him again. As soon as you go out of this scene, you can then skip. Beautiful. Now, we're going to head over to Jinai Station. And you've got to remember to give him the mineral water this time. We're going to run over here, because Illusion is actually over in this car park. There's a paparazzi who's going around slandering him and making his life hell. I can't... Can I... God, I hate doing this with this fight spawn. That fight spawn is scary. Holy shit. That almost got into a fight. Wow, that almost got into a fight. Holy shit. Ooh, that was lucky. And for this fight, man explodes. With this is going to end the Illusion sub-story, and it's going to give us two important things. One, the Bullet of Memory. This is an EXP item for Junki Han's base class. And we're going to get Illusion as a palmate. And then when we run down here... Is that a fight spawn? Please don't be a fight spawn. I'll be upset if you are. Good, you're not. We're going to get to the cutscene trigger for... the story. And there you go. Nice roundabout way. So... we now have a second summon. We have Illusion. So... Illusion is going to replace Nancy, but the important things to remember are Illusion has a 4-fight cooldown, or a 4-turn cooldown. This is important because Nancy only had a 2-turn cooldown. This is going to change up the shape of when we use our summons. But the other important thing is the actual item that we got from the Illusion sub-story. Because... the actual item that we got from the Illusion sub-story is for Junki Han, and it gets him more jobby XP. That's going to make it so that we get Essence of Phantom Drive an entire 2 chapters early, which is very, very big, if you think about it. So, these fights are going to be a little bit different, because obviously Adachi doesn't have his powerful weapon. So, we're going to hit the... God damn it, I hate it when it starts with Eri because I have to make sure I hit this guy. And it's just a lot harder to do. Nope. We don't use Adachi, I'm afraid. We use Sako. You would hope that with Ichi having Eri's shoes, that Ichi would be faster, but no, I'm afraid not. This is going to get Adachi to level up a little bit. We've got Shield Blast thanks to the Illusion sub-story as well, which is important for going forward. And this one will get Paralysis Prongs and, of course, Dart Airstrike. But now we bring out the Illusion. Which leaves just this guy free for a lovely attack into a Spartan. So these early fights are now a little bit slower because we don't have strong Adachi, but at this point, we now should have everybody in the place that they should be. So, Eri gets herself, runs over. Runs over. I can't believe I fucked it up. Oh, wow. I can't believe I just fucked it up so bad. What happened? What aren't you seeing on Eri right now? I can't believe I fucked it up so bad. That's not even a new thing to the run. That's... Eri's not on dealer. Eri's on her base class still. Fucked it up. Adachi's fine. Adachi's in the right place. He's got Paralysis Prongs. He's got Shield Blast. Fuck. I just choked the run on something that's been in the run for a year. Well. Too busy focusing on the new stuff to remember the old stuff. Fuck. Yeah, I can't salvage this now. because this fucks up the very base class run. Let's go see what happens with Jungi Han then. I assume for Jungi Han we would use rolling kick rather than thumbtack. That's ain't good. That would explain why Eri's going faster than Ichi. Yeah, I just realised. Actually, her agility is faster than Ichi's. Shit. Don't bother. Man, this was a decent run as well. Man. I'm gonna blame this one on COVID messing up my brain. How you doing? Well, by the way, Tom. Tom, I don't know if you were here earlier. I tested out the PS4 version of this backwards compatible on PS5. It's slower. Every single load screen takes a second longer, and fast travel takes about 2 seconds longer. So, PS5 natively is the fastest version. For console, at least. But yeah, we don't have to. You don't have to download the PS4 version. You don't want to run 30 FPS? Yeah, exactly. Man, this run was going so well as well. Like, Chapter 5 may have been ignored. It wasn't that good of a Chapter 5. We had a really bad business section that had a lot of pop-ups in the middle of it. But, like, I finally had my muscle memory down for the entirety of Chapter 5. So I'm a little upset about that. Because of my extra smoke bomb, I would have to run away from this fight normally. Did not work, wow. This is why you want to wait for Eri's turn, because Eri can run away from this fight. I don't know. I don't know how to take the Jungi Han fight. It's going to be an extra turn anyway, but I assume I want rolling kick rather than thumbtack. Ah, bad angle. Sucks. That really sucks. Because I don't have time or the energy to do a second attempt at this run, which is a shame. So, 50 seconds ahead of world record? Serious? I actually thought I was like a minute behind. I mean, I'm still gonna have problems because like this chapter was still a bit rough in terms of like the illusion, like cutscene skips and stuff like that. I've got a lot of time save in my mid game. My mid game was terrible. My late game was pretty good, which worries me. I didn't have tricks to top that, but golden kick? This isn't gonna go well. This is not going to go well. This is going to be bad. I think I'm going to die. 5-6 luck was all for new world record. I had a good chapter 6 for once in my life. I'd say I only had one bad fight escape. Yeah, I think this is the end of the run. Please no sleep. That's fine. That's fine, I guess. How does Thumbtack do against Jungi Han? Of me for a second there. Well, Adachi's dead to poison, so you know. Yeah, this run's a little dead. Who knew that Dart Airstrike was a good skill? Illusion, my own tech? No, that would be Tom's. Tom's notes are also the most up-to-date for the run. So if anyone wants to actually do the run, follow Tom's notes, not my notes. My notes bad, Tom's notes good. That was okay. That was okay. God, I'm playing with that was okay. Rough this same as rolling kick. Yeah. Doesn't mean it's good. I want to see how much time I lose at the end of this chapter. I'll hit everyone with Thumbtack. Go on. Go on. came back the other guy. It's actually not too bad. If it wasn't for the Jungi hand fight, this actually isn't too bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Alright. Cool. Cool. Fine. Sure. Well. Detour make up the time. I'd have to go now, but Eri would be very far behind in terms of EXP. I'm actually tempted to carry on with Eri dealer. Not dealer. Eri office lady. I'm actually tempted. Well, I need to upgrade those cards anymore. Damn. Yeah. That's all I need. Yep. Oh, look at this time. She had a bow tie on. Yes, actually, I should. No, she has the two. She has the two rings. She doesn't put bow tie on until later. Chapter 12. So. This is gonna be bad. Right, in a weapon upgrade path though. Yeah, that's the problem. She's just gonna lose a lot of damage. Fight's one? It is. I'm gonna risk it anyway. Should not have risked it! Stupid idiot. Stupid idiot. Yeah, this isn't gonna be good. At least I still have my spare smoke bombs that I need for later on. There's that one spare smoke bomb on top of that. That's how good that chapter 6 was. God damn it. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to, yeah, we're gonna have to see about doing this run again tomorrow. Man, that sucks. Still ahead somehow. Time to die to Mabuchi. Thumbs up. I guess for Mabuchi actually shouldn't be too bad. We just go back to the old method. So we muscle soda with Eri, and then we attack with Sayako. So we'll lose a little bit of time to that, obviously, but it'd still be a doable fight. It should still be a very doable fight, actually. So. This is what I get for putting the bleached pan shirt on Ichi. I was hoping that would kill. But it says here submission run. Nope. Incentives are separate. Incentives are separate. There is a separate form for them. Can't really deal with both of them. Yeah, this is... Oops, where am I going? This is gonna be bad. It's gonna be very bad. God damn in the chat, by the way. This might be your only chance to do so. Might be a problem. Oh yeah, people on YouTube will finally be able to see what Cat Jam is about. I am upset this run has died. That's a decent run. Really? I'll wait anyway. Thanks, Mabuchi. Move I don't want to see you do. This isn't enough, is it? Yeah, I think this is a dead run. I think this is a dead run. Yikes. Forget the importantest thing of the run. Yikes. Everything's fine. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is fine. I'll see what Chapter 9 is like, and then I think I'll probably call the run at that point, because it's, yeah, it's just dying at this point. So. Oh. Oh. We'll just have to do better next time. Simple as that. Not forget to change the job that you've changed the most in this run over the years. Yeah, I think the prediction is gone, because I don't think this run... I definitely don't think this run makes it all the way. Yeah, I definitely don't think this run makes it all the way, unfortunately. Shame for the other guy. Oh. A little upsetting. Not gonna lie. But it's nice to do, it's still nice, even though with that, it's still nice to do the Chapter 7 stuff, just to try and get the Chapter 7 stuff a bit more muscle memoried. I have not had that fight spawn in a hot minute. Oh, lads. Huh. Don't like that. I have to go a bit further out because of that. Oh well. Time is it? Almost 11. Yeah, I just don't have time to restart for a 4-hour run at this point, especially not on my lungs. For those who don't know, again, the plan is going to be to... God damn it. The plan is going to be to yell at bloody... Get a roll and kick in the face. Have fun. The plan is going to be on Monday. We're going to do the entirety of Kaito's DLC casually. So we're going to do a full casual playthrough of that. And then on Tuesday, we're going to be doing speedruns of it, so I can submit it to GDQ. No paralysis? How dare you? It's probably his fault, probably, yeah. But I am very much looking forward to Kaito's DLC on Monday. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. That's why I kind of don't want to push myself too much with the COVID recovery that's happening. So that's why I don't have the time. If I didn't suffer from COVID, I would probably have done a second run at this point. And I think I can do another run now, do a run tomorrow, and then do a run, and then do the entirety of Kaito on Monday and Tuesday. I was hoping Dachi would be in a good position for these two, but he's not. That sucks. Other guy stunned, so I'll just do this. She should level from this, so he gets his MP back. Oh god, Reiji. Uh-oh. I'm not happy about this. I'm a little worried. It might be old-fashioned way when we use shield bash to try and bloody aggro it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll one kick.
私に勝てますかね。
Pleasantly surprised. Okay. Cool. Genuinely a little shocked. But okay. Sure. Sure. Fine. That's what we wanted to see. Cool. Yeah. Alright. The only problem is he's not going to get back in the frame. I wonder if Sayako can take down a crane herself. I'm not sure if she can. I was really thinking that would win. Now I look stupid. Oops. Okay. Sure. Okay. Sure. Reiji 2 is gonna be, fun. Not fun. So I think we can tell the dealer Eri is definitely better than base Eri for these fights. For sure. for sure. It's Miss Jack, thank you very much for the Prime Gaming, I appreciate it. Watch me die to this version of Reiji as well. At the very least, I'll just be muscle soldering it, actually, it doesn't matter in that sense. Wait. Good dodge. Very good dodge. That's what we're after. Didn't want you countering it again, my dude. That was stupid. Bye, Sayako. Bye, Namba. Oh, fuck, Reiji got another go. Fuck you. That's a Namba death, no. Afraid not. Afraid not. Otherwise, the answer would always be yes. Yeah, it's definitely going to be the end of the run. Ouch. I'm surprised I only lost a second to that chapter. This makes me wonder what would happen if we did Sayako in the party instead of Eri. Why was there a jet engine to my left ear there? What the fuck? Yeah, I think that's probably going to be it. I think I'll probably call it at that point. I don't think there's any comeback for this now. That is a shame. Right. Should have gone for the guy on the left. I could have taken care of everybody else. Oh. Oh. Eri no dealer? Yep, I fucked up. So I'm losing all this time. So I was testing to see whether Eri no dealer was viable or not. In my professional opinion, no.
No. No, it is not. Yeah, it's just too bad. It's just too bad. It sucks. Not enough damage. Not enough solo damage output. Good AoE damage output. Thumbtack scatter still bloody great. But as far as solo damage output goes, just not good enough. Just not good enough. That is a giant shame. That's a giant shame. So, oh well. Oh well. Is what it is. Apparently I was 50 seconds ahead of world record, which that also hurts, because I didn't actually think this run was, like, super amazing. The positives to take away from this run. The Chapter 5 muscle memory is definitely more in here now, which is good. Chapter 7, other than, you know, forgetting fucking Gila, wasn't too bad either. Shame. So this chapter is probably one of the chapters that I have good time saving. What's my sum of best now? Actually, I wanna find out. So, yes, please update my times. Compare against best 359. So the sub 4 now, but I still have my mid game is still terrible. My mid game is still really bad. The mid game is still really bad. My late game is actually pretty decent, other than chapter 12, where obviously because I didn't equip Itchy's EXP items in this chapter, remembering, then obviously the battle arena went a minute slower. Balls. Yeah, up until chapter 7, good run. Yeah, good run. Still good. Yeah, I don't really have that many complaints. The run died because I was an idiot. I was an idiot to something that, you know, we've been doing in the run for literally a year, so no complaints, it's my fault. I choked. It's just, I literally choked. There's no other explanation other than I choked. But it is nice to get a good early game run going. It's a shame, that chapter 4, I feel like that chapter 4 wasn't as good as it could be, but that chapter 4 was still, you know, spicy. Very spicy. I'm kind of trying to weigh up what I want to do now, because I kind of want to do a little bit of Strangers of Paradise, because I still haven't finished this off yet. But part of me also wants to kind of rest up tonight so that I can do an LED run tomorrow. Because tomorrow's going to be the last chance I get to do an LED run pre-SGDQ submissions closing. So, with how well that run was going, I kind of want to chill for tonight, do this run again tomorrow, and then obviously Kaito DLC on Monday. Which again, as I said, we'll do the entirety of Kaito's DLC on Monday. I'd like to start earlier than I usually do. I'd like to start like 5 or 6 PM GMT for Kaito's DLC. Because again, I want to do all of it in one sitting. And then obviously on Tuesday, we're going to be speedrunning Kaito's DLC. So, yeah, that's the plan. It's only 4 chapters long. It shouldn't be too long. Watch it have 5 tail segments, and then I start crying. Should hopefully not be too long. But I do hope it is substantial enough for a casual playthrough, you know? I hope it's not just... For those who don't know, K2's Majima... K2's Majima thingy... what's hard? K2's Majima Saga. The any percent for K2 Majima Saga is less than 10 minutes. There is literally less than 10 minutes of gameplay to Majima's actual DLC. It's not even DLC, so I can't call it DLC. But Majima's gameplay stuff is less than 10 minutes. Kaito's will be longer on the fact that, you know, we know there's a chase section in it. If you haven't seen the Twitter videos, there's a curious thing about that chase section. In the fact that Kaito can just bully through people. Which, that's going to be interesting to tech out. So we'll see. I'm very excited for Monday. I'm very, very excited for Monday. So I guess I'll probably rest for now. We'll finish this off next week. It'll be good for casual streams when chilling after GDQ submissions close. I need to rest up a bit more with, obviously, COVID. I'm upset. I choked this run. It's my own fault. It's a shame. But I hope you enjoyed the run anyway. I hope you had fun with the stream. Nice to see the stream element stuff is working. Outside of hosts, which is a little interesting. I need to figure out why my host stuff isn't happening still. It could just be a Twitch thing. Because they were definitely working at one point. They were absolutely working at one point. And then they stopped. So I'll have to figure that out. I'll go figure that out now. Yeah, it's a shame. But sometimes run die just like this. So tomorrow we'll try and, fight back. We'll try and kick ass with this again. There is a lot of people online. I know exactly who I'm going to send you over to, because I don't get to send you over to this person that much anymore. But they are currently doing some Yakuza content. If you want to see some more Yakuza content and you want to see somebody routing one of the craziest categories you'll ever see, aka Yakuza 5 100%, send you over to good old Tapioca, who is also a fellow Yakuza runner. As said, Tapioca is routing, yes, Yakuza 5 100%. That's going to be about 3 streams worth of speedrun. I think Tap's nearing the end of the 100% route, so soon. Currently, Tap is doing fishing, which everybody absolutely loves in these video games, so thumbs up. Hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you again tomorrow for this, but done correctly with Dealer Eri. Maybe. Hopefully. Thank you all for watching. Have a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Right now at night.